Welcome to Quiet Lives. Before we drift into tonight's journey, if you find sanctuary here, please consider subscribing to join our community of rest. I would love to know which corner of the world you are finding peace in tonight, and what hour it is where you are. Feel free to share your story in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The morning light filters through tall, elegant windows, casting soft, elongated patterns across the pale marble floor of your Parisian penthouse. You stir gently within the deep comfort of your bed, the weight of a silk duvet, a familiar presence. Your fingers, still warm from sleep, instinctively brush against the exquisite softness of the cashmere robe draped across the foot of your bed. The fibers feel impossibly fine, a whisper against your skin, even before you fully touch them. A faint, clean scent of lavender and cedarwood, perhaps from the valet's careful pressing, rises subtly. You feel the cool air of the room against your cheek, a pleasant contrast to the warmth beneath the covers. With a slow, unhurried movement, you push the duvet back. The silk slides down with a barely audible rustle. Pooling at the foot of the bed, you bring your legs over the side, allowing your bare feet to find the plush, hand-knotted rug that lies beside your bed. Its deep pile cushions your weight, a soft, yielding texture beneath your soles, absorbing the last vestiges of sleepiness. The quiet hum of the city, still distant and muted, begins to register. You sit for a moment, allowing your spine to gently lengthen, a slow, indulgent stretch that reaches from your fingertips to your toes. Your gaze drifts across the room, taking in the serene palette of creams and subtle grays. A single, perfectly formed rose in a crystal vase on the bedside table catches the light, its petals a delicate blush. The air feels crisp and fresh, carrying just a hint of morning dew from the open balcony doors. You rise. The cashmere robe now a weightless embrace as you slip it on, tying the sash loosely at your waist. The fabric drapes effortlessly, a second skin of warmth and luxury. You walk slowly across the cool marble floor, the polished surface reflecting the brightening sky. Each step is deliberate, silent. You approach the floor-to-ceiling windows, pausing just before them. Through the glass, Paris awakens, not with a rush, but with a gentle unfurling. The iconic zinc rooftops shimmer with moisture, catching the first golden rays of the sun. In the far distance, the delicate lattice of the Eiffel Tower pierces the soft morning haze, a familiar and reassuring silhouette. You can discern the faint, rhythmic sound of a distant delivery truck, a subtle counterpoint to the quiet serenity within your private space. The air, even through the glass, seems to hold the promise of a fresh day. You simply stand there, observing the city's quiet ballet, feeling the gentle warmth of the growing light on your skin. Your breath deepens, settling into a calm, unhurried rhythm. The day waits. The cool marble beneath your feet guides you from the window, the cashmere robe a gentle weight around you, towards the open doors of the terrace. You step outside, the morning air a soft, cool caress against your skin, carrying the faint, clean scent of the river. A small, elegant table awaits, already set with delicate porcelain and gleaming silverware. The white linen tablecloth, impeccably pressed, ripples slightly in the subtle breeze. You settle into a comfortable wrought iron chair, its frame cool to the touch, cushioned by a thick, soft pad. The gentle creak of the chair as you adjust yourself is the only sound for a moment. Your gaze drifts over the array of breakfast items, arranged with thoughtful precision. A silver teapot, still warm, sits beside a pristine porcelain cup. You reach for its handle, smooth and cool beneath your fingers, and tilt it gently. A thin, amber stream of Earl Grey pours into the cup, releasing a subtle bergamot aroma that mingles with the fresh morning air. The liquid swirls, catching the light before settling. Beside your plate rests a croissant, its golden crust flaking delicately. You reach for it, feeling the crisp exterior yield to the soft, airy interior as you break off a small piece. The warmth from the fresh baking is still present. You bring it to your lips, noticing the faint sheen of butter, and taste the lightness, the subtle sweetness, melting on your tongue. The texture is both delicate and satisfying. You lift your cup, feeling its porcelain warmth transfer to your fingertips, and take a slow sip of the tea. The liquid is smooth, the bergamot a gentle, comforting presence. As you drink, your eyes scan the scene below. The Seine flows with a quiet, unhurried grace. A distant bateau mouche, still sparsely populated, glides silently by, leaving a gentle ripple in its wake. The sounds of the city are softened by the distance, a low ambient murmur that blends with the gentle lapping of the water. Small white boats are moored along the riverbanks, their ropes creaking faintly with the movement of the current. You notice the way the early sun catches the polished brass fittings on one of them, reflecting a tiny bright spark. The air holds a refreshing crispness, a subtle difference from the stillness inside. The morning continues to unfold around you, a slow, unhurried tableau. You place your cup back on its saucer with a quiet, almost imperceptible sound. The warmth from the tea lingers on your lips, and the soft scent of bergamot still hangs in the air. The river continues its steady flow, a constant, peaceful presence. As the evening settles over Florence, you find yourself on a quiet, shadowed street. The day's journey, now a soft memory. The cool, ancient stone of the buildings on either side seems to absorb all sound, leaving only the distant, muted murmur of the city. You approach a heavy, unassuming wooden door, its surface worn smooth by centuries of hands. Your fingers trace the cool, intricate curves of the brass handle, a design that feels both robust and elegant beneath your touch. With a gentle, deliberate pressure, you push the door inward. It yields slowly, with a deep, resonant groan that echoes softly in the stillness, revealing a dimly lit vestibule. The air inside is immediately cooler, carrying a faint, dry scent of old paper and polished wood. You step across the threshold, the heavy door sighing shut behind you with a soft, final click that seals away the outside world. The sound settles around you, emphasizing the profound quiet. Before you lies a grand hall, vast and hushed, illuminated by strategically placed, discreet lights that cast long, gentle shadows. The polished marble floor, cool and smooth beneath your shoes, reflects the soft glow, creating a sense of shimmering depth. You begin to walk, your footsteps barely audible, a faint, rhythmic whisper against the stone. Each step feels measured, deliberate, as you move deeper into the silent space. Your gaze drifts upward, tracing the intricate patterns of the vaulted ceiling, the subtle frescoes muted by time and shadow. The very air seems to hum with the weight of history, a quiet, palpable presence. You pause before a large canvas, a Renaissance masterpiece bathed in a soft, focused light. The rich, deep colors, preserved through centuries, seem to glow from within. You notice the delicate cracks in the aged varnish, a fine network that tells its own story of time. Your eyes move slowly across the surface, following the artist's brushstrokes, observing the subtle textures of the painted fabric, the nuanced expressions on the faces. The silent figures within the frame seem to hold a breath, suspended in their eternal moment. A subtle scent, perhaps of ancient oils or the very dust of ages, reaches you, faint yet distinct. You lean in slightly, allowing your eyes to absorb every minute detail. The way light catches a pearl, the intricate pattern on a sleeve, the deep shadows that give form and life. There is no rush, no jostling crowd, only the quiet communion between you and the art. The stillness of the gallery wraps around you, a luxurious solitude. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the cool, dry air fill your lungs. The profound quiet allows your thoughts to settle, to become as still as the statues that line the hall. The sense of being alone with such beauty, in such a revered space, is a rare and precious gift. You feel the weight of centuries pressing in, not oppressively, but with a gentle, grounding presence. The soft glow on the painting seems to deepen, drawing you further into its silent narrative. You notice the way the light picks out a single, almost hidden detail in the background, a small, forgotten gesture. The quiet calm of the gallery continues to envelop you, a deep, tranquil hush. You move from the grand hall of the gallery, the profound quiet still lingering around you, into a more intimate, hushed chamber. Here, the air carries a different, subtle scent, that of fine leather, aged parchment, and a faint, sweet hint of beeswax. The room is softly lit by concealed fixtures, designed to protect delicate artifacts, casting a warm, even glow that avoids any harsh shadows. A long, polished oak table dominates the center of the room, its surface gleaming faintly. On it, several carefully wrapped parcels await your attention. You approach the table, feeling the cool, smooth wood beneath your fingertips as you rest them lightly on its edge. The silence here is deeper, a private sanctuary. You select the first parcel, a rectangular shape wrapped in layers of soft, acid-free tissue paper, secured with a delicate silk ribbon. Your fingers work slowly, carefully untying the ribbon. The silk feels cool and smooth as it slips between your thumb and forefinger, unraveling with a whisper-soft sound. Each movement is precise, unhurried. Next, you begin to peel back the tissue paper, layer by careful layer. The paper crinkles with a dry, almost brittle sound, a series of tiny, soft rustles that fill the immediate stillness. You reveal a small, leather-bound volume, its cover a deep, rich brown, softened by centuries. The leather feels supple yet firm, its surface embossed with faint, intricate patterns that your fingers trace lightly. A sense of history emanates from the object, a quiet resonance. You carefully lift the book, feeling its unexpected weight in your hands. It is heavier than it appears, a testament to its quality and age. You bring it closer, noticing the subtle aroma of aged paper and fine leather, a comforting, grounding scent. The pages, though old, retain a surprising crispness. You gently open the cover, the spine yielding with a soft, almost inaudible sigh, revealing the delicate, hand-scribed script within. The ink, faded to a sepia tone, still holds a striking clarity against the cream-colored vellum. You pause, allowing your eyes to drift over the elegant curves of the letters, the tiny, intricate illuminations that adorn the margins. The craftsmanship speaks of a time when every detail was a considered act. The silence of the room deepens around you, punctuated only by the faint, distant hum of the building's ancient systems. You feel the cool, dry air against your cheek as you lean slightly closer, absorbed in the silent narrative held within the pages. With the same deliberate care, you close the volume, its cover settling with a soft, gentle thud. You place it carefully on a velvet-lined tray, its rich, dark surface providing a soft cushion for the precious object. The velvet feels soft and deep beneath your fingertips as you adjust the book's position. The task is not merely acquisition, but preservation, a quiet guardianship of beauty and history. The room remains still, holding these moments of quiet curation. The quiet reverence of the Florentine gallery now feels like a distant, cherished memory as you find yourself stepping into the expansive, sun-drenched landscape of your Tuscan vineyard. The air here is entirely different, warm and dry, carrying the unmistakable scent of sun-baked earth and ripening fruit. Golden hour has arrived, painting the rolling hills in hues of amber and soft rose. You walk onto a narrow, gravel path that winds gently between rows of meticulously tended grapevines. The small stones beneath your polished leather shoes create a faint, rhythmic crunch, a grounding sound in the vast stillness. The late afternoon sun, a generous warmth, bathes your shoulders, a pleasant sensation after the cool, shaded interiors of the gallery. You feel the subtle texture of the rough gravel through the soles of your shoes, each tiny stone a distinct point of contact. Your gaze follows the orderly lines of the vines, stretching as far as the eye can see, their dark green leaves vibrant against the deepening gold of the light. A gentle breeze, almost imperceptible, rustles through the foliage, creating a soft, whispering sound that weaves through the air. You notice how individual leaves shimmer, catching the light as they move, revealing their delicate veins. The air is still, yet alive with these subtle movements and sounds. You reach out a hand, allowing your fingertips to brush lightly against a cluster of grapes. The skin of each berry feels taut and smooth, a cool, firm orb beneath your touch. A fine, almost imperceptible dust, known as bloom, covers their surface, giving them a velvety appearance. You can feel the slight give of the stem as you gently support the cluster. The faint, sweet aroma of the ripening fruit is more pronounced up close, a promise of the harvest to come. As you continue your slow, unhurried walk, the path descends slightly, revealing a broader vista of the Tuscan countryside. The terracotta roofs of a distant farmhouse glow warmly in the fading light, nestled amongst groves of cypress trees. The shadows lengthen, stretching across the undulating landscape, deepening the contours of the hills. A single, distinct birdsong pierces the quiet, a clear, sweet note that fades as quickly as it appeared, leaving the silence even more profound. The scent of wild rosemary and thyme, warmed by the day's sun, rises from the verges of the path, mingling with the earthy fragrance of the soil. You breathe it in, a clean, natural aroma that fills your senses with the essence of this ancient land. Each breath feels deeper, more complete. The gentle warmth of the sun continues to linger on your skin, a comforting presence as the day slowly yields to evening. You pause, allowing yourself to fully absorb the scene. The golden light softens everything, blurring the edges of the distant hills into hazy, tranquil forms. The quiet rhythm of the vineyard, the gentle sway of the leaves, the faint sweet perfume in the air, all contribute to a profound sense of peace. The world seems to hold its breath with you, bathed in the lingering warmth of the sun. This tranquil moment stretches, unhurried, as the golden light begins its slow, graceful descent. The lingering warmth of the Tuscan golden hour fades gently behind you as you descend a series of worn, stone steps, leaving the vineyard's expansive light for the cool, embracing darkness of your ancient cellar. The air immediately shifts, becoming heavier, cooler, carrying a distinct, earthy scent of damp stone, aged wood, and the faint, sweet perfume of fermenting grapes. A heavy, iron-bound wooden door, its surface rough and cool beneath your palm, swings inward with a deep, resonant groan that echoes softly in the subterranean quiet. You step across the threshold, feeling the unevenness of the ancient flagstones beneath your shoes, a subtle texture that grounds you in the history of this place. The door sighs shut behind you, sealing away the last vestiges of the outside world, leaving you enveloped in a profound, hushed stillness. The cellar is vast, a labyrinth of cool, arched stone passages, soft, diffused lighting, strategically placed, casts long, dancing shadows across the rows of silent, imposing oak barrels. Their dark wood gleams faintly, their surfaces rough and textured, holding the promise of future vintages. A faint, rhythmic drip of water, almost imperceptible, can be heard from a distant corner, a soft, constant counterpoint to the deep silence. You make your way to a small, intimate tasting area, where a sturdy, ancient wooden table stands, its surface smooth and cool from years of careful polishing. On it, a single flickering candle casts a warm golden pool of light, illuminating 2 crystal glasses and a bottle of deep, ruby-red wine. The light dances in the facets of the glasses, creating tiny, shifting sparkles. You reach for the bottle, feeling the cool, smooth glass against your fingers, its weight substantial and reassuring. Your thumb traces the raised texture of the label, feeling the slight indentation of the embossed lettering. With a deliberate, unhurried motion, you remove the foil, a soft, rustling sound, and then carefully extract the cork. The cork emerges with a satisfying, muffled pop, releasing a subtle burst of rich, complex aroma into the cool air. Hints of dark berries, damp earth, and a whisper of vanilla from the oak. You pour a small amount of the wine into one of the crystal glasses. The liquid flows with a quiet, continuous murmur, its deep, garnet color catching the candlelight, appearing almost black in the shadows, then revealing vibrant red edges as it settles. You swirl the glass gently, watching the wine cling to the sides, forming slow, deliberate legs that trace elegant patterns before slowly descending. The subtle clink of the glass against itself is soft, refined. You bring the glass to your nose, inhaling slowly, deeply, allowing the intricate bouquet to unfold. Layers of scent reveal themselves. The initial fruitiness, followed by a deeper, more earthy note, perhaps a hint of leather or dried herbs. The coolness of the glass feels refreshing against your skin. You take a small, deliberate sip, allowing the wine to coat your palate, feeling its smooth, velvety texture, the warmth spreading gently. The flavors are rich, complex, a slow, unfolding narrative on your tongue. You set the glass back down on the cool wooden table. The soft clinks, a final settling sound. The taste lingers, a pleasant, warming sensation that slowly fades, leaving a gentle memory. The candle flame flickers softly, casting its warm glow on the ancient stone walls, and the quiet hum of the cellar wraps around you. Everything is still, peaceful, a perfect moment of quiet contemplation. The deep, earthy coolness of the ancient Tuscan cellar now feels miles away, a distant memory as you step into the refined warmth of your secluded alpine chalet spa. The air here is entirely different, crisp and clean, carrying the invigorating scent of fresh pine needles and the subtle promise of distant snow, a refreshing contrast to the rich, damp earth of the vineyard. Soft, diffused light filters through the large, precisely cut windows, illuminating the natural, untreated wood and smooth, cool stone that define the serene space. You walk across the wide, heated stone tiles that pave the floor, their gentle warmth, a comforting, consistent presence beneath your bare feet. Each step is deliberate, silent, absorbing any sound. The subtle, rhythmic lapping of water reaches you from deeper within the room, a soft, inviting murmur. The walls are clad in wide planks of pale, aged timber, their intricate grain visibly textured, absorbing any harsh sounds and contributing to a profound sense of tranquility. A faint, pure mineral scent, clean and almost ethereal, begins to gently fill the air around you. Before you, a large, exquisitely designed thermal pool stretches, its inviting surface a deep, tranquil blue-green, veiled by a delicate, ethereal mist of rising steam. The water's surface shimmers under the soft, indirect lighting, reflecting the intricate patterns of the rough-hewn wooden beams that span the high ceiling. You can distinctly feel the warmth radiating from the pool, a gentle, pervasive heat that promises deep, muscle-releasing relaxation, even before you reach its edge. The air immediately surrounding the pool is noticeably more humid, a soft, enveloping embrace against your skin, a welcome change from the drier mountain air. You approach the smooth, perfectly polished edge of the pool, your fingertips brushing lightly against the cool, dry stone before you consciously dip them into the warm, silky water. The contrast is immediate and profoundly soothing, a subtle jolt of pleasure. Slowly, with deliberate, unhurried grace, you lower your body into the thermal embrace, allowing the buoyant water to rise around your ankles, then your calves, then your thighs. A soft, almost inaudible sigh escapes you as the warmth envelops your waist, then your chest, then your shoulders. The water feels incredibly soft, almost liquid silk, against every inch of your skin, a weightless suspension. You settle back onto a submerged, ergonomically designed stone bench, feeling the smooth, cool contours of the polished stone support the entire length of your spine and neck. The deep, pervasive warmth penetrates deeply, slowly unraveling and loosening any lingering tension in your muscles, from your shoulders down to your fingertips and toes. Your head rests comfortably, just above the waterline, allowing your ears to dip slightly beneath the surface. Wisps of steam curl gently around your face, carrying that subtle, clean mineral scent, a breath of purity. Through the expansive, floor-to-ceiling windows, you can see the majestic, distant, snow-capped peaks of the Alps, now softened by the deepening twilight, their jagged outlines a serene, almost painted backdrop. A faint, distant sound of wind whispers through the dense pine trees just outside, a natural, soothing lullaby that only enhances the quiet. Your breathing deepens effortlessly, naturally aligning itself with the quiet, rhythmic undulation of the thermal water. You close your eyes for a moment, feeling the continuous, gentle pressure of the water against your skin, a soft, constant caress. The sounds of the world outside the spa seem to fade further, replaced by the subtle internal hum of your own body, growing progressively calmer, more deeply serene. The warmth is all-encompassing, a gentle, luxurious cocoon that holds you completely. The water continues to hold you, a profound and quiet stillness. Leaving the profound, embracing warmth of the thermal waters, you step onto the warm, dry stone, the lingering heat of the bath still clinging to your skin like a delicate, invisible veil. A plush, heavy robe, exquisitely soft against your freshly cleansed body, awaits on a nearby wooden hook, a gentle invitation to deeper relaxation. You slip into its deep, enveloping folds, feeling the thick, absorbent cotton caress your skin, a comforting weight that settles around you. You walk slowly, deliberately, across the heated stone floor, the consistent warmth, a soothing presence beneath your bare feet. Each step is quiet, almost cushioned, as you make your way to a private treatment room. The soft, diffused light of the spa follows you, casting gentle, elongated shadows. The air in this new space is subtly warmer, still carrying the faint, clean scent of pine and mineral water, now mingled with a new, delicate aroma of lavender and clary sage. The treatment room is a sanctuary of quietude, softly lit by concealed lights that highlight the natural grain of the pale wooden walls. In the center, a wide, deeply cushioned treatment bed, draped in layers of pristine white linen and soft, fleecy blankets, invites you. You settle onto it, feeling the immediate give of the soft padding, the subtle warmth emanating from beneath the covers. Your body sinks slightly, perfectly supported, as you adjust yourself, finding an ideal position of comfort. The linen feels smooth and cool against your cheek, a pleasant contrast to the warmth beneath. A quiet, almost imperceptible rustle of fabric signals the gentle presence of your therapist, moving with practiced grace around the bed. Their movements are fluid, silent, creating no disturbance in the profound quiet of the room. A small, warm ceramic bowl, holding a blend of fragrant oils, is placed carefully on a nearby surface. You hear the faint, delicate sound of a glass stopper being lifted, a soft clink that is barely audible, followed by the quiet, measured pour of the liquid into the warmed bowl. The air around you subtly shifts, now infused with a richer, more concentrated bouquet of the aromatic oils. You feel the first delicate touch of warmth on your skin as a small amount of the fragrant oil is gently applied to your lower back. The oil, heated to a perfect, comforting temperature, feels incredibly soft, almost liquid silk, as it spreads slowly, evenly, across your skin. The initial sensation is one of profound release, the warmth sinking in, preparing your muscles. The therapist's hands, firm yet gentle, begin a slow, deliberate movement, gliding smoothly over your skin. You feel the subtle, rhythmic pressure, a continuous, flowing motion that works its way upwards, easing lingering tension. The scent of lavender and clary sage deepens with the warmth of the oil and the gentle friction, creating a tranquil, aromatic cloud around you. You feel the subtle, almost imperceptible drag of the oil as it absorbs into your skin, leaving behind a feeling of deep nourishment and a soft, lingering warmth. Each stroke is long, unhurried, a continuous wave of soothing sensation that travels across your back, then up your shoulders, then down your arms. The muscles, still softened from the thermal bath, respond readily, letting go of any remaining tightness with each passing moment. The rhythm of the gentle application becomes a hypnotic cadence, a quiet, repetitive comfort that lulls your mind into an even deeper state of relaxation. You are aware only of the warmth, the scent, and the steady, reassuring touch. The quiet hum of the room, previously unnoticed, now seems to merge with the tranquil rhythm of your own breathing, which has become slow, deep, and utterly effortless. The world outside this private, serene space feels distant, irrelevant, as you sink further into the profound calm. The profound, lingering sense of warmth and deep relaxation from the alpine spa now gently transforms into a different kind of embrace, as you slowly surface to the subtle, rhythmic sway of your yacht on the calm Adriatic Sea. The very first sensation is that soft, continuous undulation, a gentle rock that cradles you, a quiet lullaby beneath your awareness. The air in your cabin is cool and fresh, carrying a distinct, clean scent of salt and open water, a refreshing contrast to the fragrant oils that still subtly perfume your skin. Your eyelids flutter open, then close again, savoring the moment before fully awakening. A soft, diffused light, a pale pearly gray, filters through the porthole, casting a gentle, shifting glow across the polished mahogany of the interior. You hear the faint, rhythmic lapping of water against the hull, a quiet, consistent sound that seems to breathe with the movement of the yacht, a soothing, hypnotic rhythm. It is a sound that speaks of vast, open spaces and profound tranquility. Beneath you, the crisp, cool Egyptian cotton sheets feel exquisitely smooth, a delicate caress against your skin. The duvet, light yet substantial, shifts with the gentle rocking motion, a soft, almost imperceptible movement that mirrors the rhythm of the sea. You feel the deep, comfortable mattress yield beneath your weight, perfectly supporting your body, still softened and deeply relaxed from the previous evening's treatment. A subtle, almost imperceptible creak of the yacht's timbers can be heard, a quiet, organic sound that speaks of its sturdy construction and its gentle dance with the water. With a slow, unhurried stretch, you extend your arms above your head, feeling a pleasant, gentle elongation through your spine. Your fingers brush against the cool, smooth wood of the ceiling panel above you. You release the stretch with a soft, almost inaudible sigh, a quiet exhale. Then you slowly push the duvet back, allowing it to pull softly at your feet, revealing the smooth, cool sheet beneath. The light from the porthole brightens slightly as your eyes adjust. You bring your legs over the side of the bed, allowing your bare feet to find the plush, deep pile rug on the cabin floor. Its soft, yielding texture cushions your weight, a comforting anchor in the gently swaying space. You sit for a moment, simply allowing the subtle motion of the yacht to register, feeling your body adjust naturally to its rhythm. The air, though cool, feels incredibly clean and invigorating, a gentle caress on your face. Your gaze drifts towards the porthole, a perfect circle framing the vast, calm expanse of the Adriatic. The sea stretches out, an unbroken sheet of deep cerulean blue, reflecting the pale, brightening sky above. The surface is almost perfectly still, save for the tiniest, most delicate ripples that catch the nascent sunlight, creating fleeting, shimmering diamonds that dance on the water. A distant, solitary seagull cries, a soft, ethereal sound that drifts across the water, then fades into the profound quiet. You rise slowly, your movements fluid and unhurried, walking towards the porthole. Your fingertips touch the cool, smooth glass, feeling the slight vibration of the yacht's gentle motion. The scent of the sea is stronger here, a clean, briny perfume that fills your lungs with each deep, slow breath. The world outside is a canvas of tranquil blues and soft, emerging light. The quiet hum of the yacht's systems is almost imperceptible, a constant, low thrum beneath the serene sounds of the sea. You stand there, simply observing the vast, open serenity, feeling the gentle, continuous sway. The soft lapping of the water against the hull is a continuous, hypnotic rhythm, a perfect accompaniment to the quiet awakening of the day. The light continues to grow, painting the horizon with faint, soft hues, promising another day of calm and gentle discovery on the open sea. The gentle, continuous sway of the yacht accompanies you as you emerge from the cool serenity of your cabin, leaving the polished mahogany and soft rug behind. You step onto the open, sun-drenched deck, the warmth of the mid-morning sun, an immediate, pervasive embrace on your skin. The air here is brighter, lighter, carrying a stronger, invigorating scent of salt, and the vast, open sea, a refreshing contrast to the confined space below. The smooth teak deck, warm beneath your bare feet, feels solid and reassuring, even with the subtle, rhythmic motion of the yacht. Your eyes adjust to the brilliant expanse of the Adriatic, a dazzling sheet of deep, sapphire blue stretching endlessly to the horizon. The surface of the water, now fully illuminated, sparkles with countless tiny, shifting reflections, like scattered diamonds. A faint, distant murmur of the waves against the hull is a constant, soothing presence, a natural rhythm. A small, elegant dining table, set for lunch, awaits you in a shaded area beneath a crisp, white awning. The white linen tablecloth, impeccably smooth and cool to the touch, is held gently in place by discreet weighted clips, preventing any flutter in the light breeze. Gleaming silver cutlery rests on either side of a delicate porcelain plate, its surface cool and smooth as you approach. A tall, slender glass, still dewy with condensation, holds fresh, clear water. You settle into a comfortable, deeply cushioned deck chair, its woven rattan back yielding slightly, perfectly supporting your posture. The material feels subtly textured, natural, and cool against your skin. A quiet, almost imperceptible creak asterisk from the chair accompanies your adjustment, then fades into the ambient sounds of the sea. The gentle rocking motion of the yacht is more pronounced here, a continuous, soft undulation that sways your body with it, a natural, calming rhythm. Before you, a beautifully arranged platter of light, fresh ingredients beckons. You see vibrant ruby-red cherry tomatoes, still glistening with dew, nestled beside pale green cucumber slices and delicate, translucent slivers of red onion. The aroma of fresh basil and oregano, subtly mingled with a hint of briny sea air, rises from the plate. A small, elegant cruet of golden olive oil sits nearby, its glass cool and smooth. You reach for a small, silver fork, its tines cool and light against your fingertips. With a gentle, deliberate motion, you spear a bright cherry tomato. The skin feels taut and smooth as the fork pierces it, a faint, almost imperceptible pop as it breaks. You lift the tomato to your lips, feeling its coolness, its firm, yet yielding texture. The taste bursts forth, a sweet and slightly acidic flavor, perfectly ripe, mingling with the subtle saltiness of the sea air. Next, you select a slice of cucumber, its pale green surface, smooth and cool. It offers a satisfying, quiet crunch as you bite into it, releasing a burst of refreshing, watery coolness. The sensation is clean, revitalizing. You notice the delicate, subtle taste of fresh herbs that cling to the vegetable. A faint, fragrant whisper. Each bite is savored. A moment of pure, unhurried appreciation for the simple, exquisite flavors. The gentle breeze, a soft, continuous whisper, rustles the awning above you, creating a delicate, rhythmic sound. You observe a distant sailboat, a tiny white triangle against the vast blue, gliding silently across the water, its movement almost imperceptible. The sun continues its slow, majestic journey across the sky, its warmth a constant, comforting presence. You take a slow sip of the cool, clear water, feeling its refreshing chill glide down your throat. The crystal glass feels smooth and cool in your hand. The subtle clink of the ice against the glass is a refreshing, clean sound. The world around you, the gentle rocking, the soft sounds of the sea, the fresh flavors, all merge into a singular, profound sense of peace and contentment. The vibrant, sun-drenched expanse of the Adriatic Sea and the gentle rocking of the yacht now recede into a soft, pleasant memory, as you find yourself stepping into the profound, embracing quiet of your vast English countryside estate library. The air here is entirely different, still and cool, imbued with the deep, comforting scent of aged leather, polished wood, and dry, venerable paper, a grounding contrast to the fresh, briny sea air. The late afternoon light, a soft, diffused gold, slants through tall, leaded glass windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the silent air. You close the heavy, paneled oak door behind you with a soft, almost imperceptible tumult, the sound swallowed immediately by the thick walls and towering bookshelves. The quiet is absolute, a palpable presence that wraps around you, deeper and more profound than any silence experienced on the open water. Your footsteps, softened by the thick hand-knotted Persian rug that covers the polished parquet floor, make no sound as you walk slowly into the room. The rug's deep pile feels yielding beneath your shoes, a luxurious cushion. Your gaze sweeps across the formidable rows of books, their spines, a rich tapestry of faded reds, deep greens and subtle golds, stretching from floor to ceiling. The sheer volume of knowledge, quietly resting on their shelves, creates a comforting sense of permanence. You reach out, allowing your fingertips to lightly brush against the cool, smooth surface of a leather-bound volume, feeling the subtle texture of the grain, the faint ridges of its embossed title. A delicate, dry scent of old paper and ink rises, a quiet invitation to stillness. You move towards a large, deeply cushioned armchair positioned beside a grand, unlit stone fireplace. The velvet of the chair, a rich, muted forest green, feels incredibly soft and welcoming as you approach. You settle into its generous embrace, feeling your body sink gently into the deep, yielding cushions. The fabric is cool at first, then quickly warms to your touch, a comforting cocoon. The faint, subtle scent of wood smoke, perhaps from a fire lit long ago, lingers within the stone hearth, a grounding aroma that speaks of warmth and quiet evenings. Your head rests against the soft, high back of the chair, allowing your neck to fully relax. You notice the profound silence of the room, broken only by the almost imperceptible whisper of the late afternoon breeze against the distant window panes, a sound so subtle it could almost be imagined. The light continues to soften, casting long, gentle shadows that stretch across the polished floorboards, creating a dynamic yet tranquil play of light and shade. The air in the room remains still, cool, and dry, a consistent, calming presence. You close your eyes for a moment, simply allowing yourself to be held by the deep quiet, by the comforting weight of the chair. The lingering scent of old books and wood, A subtle, earthy perfume fills your senses, grounding you completely in this moment, in this peaceful space. Your breathing deepens, naturally slowing to match the unhurried pace of the fading light. The distant sounds of the countryside, the faint call of a bird, are muted, almost absorbed by the thick stone walls, becoming part of the profound stillness. You open your eyes again, looking towards the window. The gardens outside are beginning to blur, their vibrant greens softening into deeper, richer tones as evening approaches. The quiet continues to deepen around you, a luxurious, unbroken peace. The books on their shelves stand silent watch, and the room holds you in its comforting embrace, inviting a deeper, more profound sense of rest. The profound, embracing quiet of the library still holds you in its gentle grip, a soothing counterpoint to the distant echoes of the day. As the late afternoon light deepens outside, you find yourself still settled comfortably in the deep velvet armchair, the subtle scent of aged leather and polished wood, a constant, comforting presence around you. The grand stone fireplace, previously unlit, now offers a soft, inviting glow, a low, gentle crackle emanating from within its hearth. A small, intricately carved side table made of dark, heavy oak stands within easy reach, its surface smooth and cool beneath your fingertips. Upon it rests the ancient, leather-bound volume you selected earlier, its presence a quiet invitation. You reach out slowly, deliberately, your fingers tracing the worn, supple texture of its dark brown cover. The leather feels incredibly soft, yet firm, bearing the subtle marks of centuries of careful handling. A faint, dry scent of old parchment and a whisper of something akin to dried roses rises as you lift it. The book possesses a surprising weight, a solid, grounding presence in your hands, a testament to its quality and the dense, aged paper within. You settle it gently onto your lap, feeling its cool, smooth cover against the fabric of your trousers. The soft golden light from the flickering fire dances across its surface, highlighting the faint, almost imperceptible indentations of ancient tooling on the leather. The low, rhythmic crackle of the burning logs in the fireplace becomes a gentle, soothing backdrop, a warm, organic rhythm that fills the quiet. With utmost care, you place your thumb and forefinger at the edge of the volume, feeling the slight resistance of the tightly bound pages. You gently press down on the spine, allowing the book to open slowly, revealing the delicate, cream-colored vellum within. The spine yields with a soft, almost inaudible sigh, a dry, rustling sound that is absorbed by the stillness of the room. A deeper, more concentrated aroma of old paper and fine ink rises, a distinct, comforting perfume. Your gaze falls upon the hand-scribed script, rows of elegant, faded black ink against the subtly textured vellum. The letters, though ancient, retain a remarkable clarity, each stroke a testament to the scribe's meticulous hand. You notice the delicate, intricate illuminations that adorn the margins, tiny bursts of muted color, soft blues, deep reds, and pale greens that catch the firelight, appearing to subtly shift and glow. The sheer artistry of the work draws you in, a silent narrative unfolding before your eyes. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the warmth of the fire on one side of your body, contrasting gently with the cooler air of the vast library. You reach out again, your fingertip gently touching the edge of a page. The parchment feels unexpectedly smooth, yet with a subtle, almost imperceptible crispness. With a deliberate, feather-light touch, you slowly turn the page. It yields with a delicate, dry whisper, a soft, papery sound that is amplified in the profound quiet of the room. The newly revealed page presents another expanse of elegant script, another intricate border. You allow your eyes to drift, not necessarily seeking meaning, but simply appreciating the beauty of the form, the patient dedication of its creation. The soft, dancing light from the fireplace continues its gentle play, casting subtle, shifting shadows across the page, bringing the ancient text to life in a quiet, mesmerizing way. The steady crackle of the fire, the soft rustle of the page, and the subtle scent of aged paper combine to create a deeply immersive, tranquil experience. You rest your fingers lightly on the page, the delicate texture, a grounding presence. The quiet hum of the room, the distant sounds of the countryside now completely absorbed, allows for a deep, unhurried focus. The comforting quiet of the English countryside library and the ancient pages now recedes, replaced by the vibrant embrace of a new morning as you step onto the sun-drenched terrace of your Amalfi Coast villa. The air here is immediately different, bright, warm, and imbued with the intoxicating rich scent of blooming jasmine, sweet citrus, and the clean, salty tang of the Mediterranean Sea. The early morning light, a brilliant, clear gold, bathes everything in a soft, luminous glow. You walk onto the smooth, pale terracotta tiles of the terrace, still cool beneath your bare feet. A pleasant contrast to the warming air. Each step is unhurried, silent, as you move towards the low, intricately carved stone balustrade that overlooks your terraced garden. The distant, rhythmic sound of waves gently lapping against the shore below rises softly, a constant, soothing murmur that blends with the subtle chirping of cicadas. Your gaze sweeps across the breathtaking panorama. Below you, the terraced garden descends in carefully sculpted layers, each level overflowing with a riot of vibrant, sun-drenched flowers, bougainvillea in shades of fuchsia and crimson, delicate white jasmine clinging to trellises, and brilliant yellow lemons hanging heavy from their dark green trees. Beyond the garden, the vast, shimmering expanse of the Tyrrhenian Sea stretches out, an impossibly deep sapphire blue, merging seamlessly with the pale, cloudless sky on the horizon. You begin to descend the first set of worn stone steps, their surfaces smoothed by countless years of sun and rain. Your fingertips brush lightly against the rough, cool texture of the ancient stone wall that supports the terrace, feeling the subtle imperfections, the faint traces of embedded moss. A delicate, sweet perfume, a blend of jasmine and orange blossom, intensifies as you move deeper into the garden, filling your senses with its exquisite fragrance. As you walk along a narrow, winding path paved with small, irregular stones, you notice the gentle buzzing of bees, a soft, industrious hum, as they flit between the vibrant blossoms. You reach out, allowing your hand to trail through the glossy, dark green leaves of a lemon tree. The leaves feel cool and waxy, and a faint, sharp citrus scent is released as your fingers brush against them, mingling with the sweeter floral notes. The warmth of the sun is a consistent, comforting presence on your shoulders, a gentle weight. Further along the path, a dense thicket of rosemary releases its pungent, earthy aroma as a light, warm breeze rustles through its spiky needles. The scent is invigorating, a grounding contrast to the sweetness of the flowers. You pause for a moment, simply breathing in the complex layers of fragrance, allowing them to settle around you. The distant sound of a small fishing boat, its engine a low, rhythmic thrum, drifts across the water, a subtle, almost imperceptible counterpoint to the natural sounds of the garden. The light continues to brighten, illuminating every delicate petal, every textured leaf, with a remarkable clarity. You observe the tiny, intricate patterns on a butterfly's wing as it dances gracefully past a cluster of fuchsia blooms, its silent movement a fleeting splash of color. The air is still, yet alive with the gentle movements of insects and the subtle sway of the leaves. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the warm, fragrant air fill your lungs. The profound sense of peace and natural beauty envelops you completely, a gentle, unhurried rhythm that aligns with the quiet unfolding of the morning. The terraced garden, vibrant and fragrant, holds you in its serene embrace, a sanctuary of sensory calm. You continue your gentle stroll along the winding path of your terraced garden, the warmth of the morning sun now filtering more softly through the overhead canopy of leaves. The vibrant scent of jasmine and citrus, which filled the open air, subtly shifts, becoming richer, more concentrated, as you approach a secluded area. The path leads you to a charming gazebo, nestled deeply within a dense grove of mature lemon trees. Its structure, crafted from ancient, pale stone columns and a weathered wooden trellis, offers a welcome respite from the direct, bright sun. Fine tendrils of jasmine, still bearing a few late-blooming, star-shaped flowers, weave themselves intricately around the wooden framework, their delicate white petals almost glowing in the soft, filtered light. You can hear the faint, happy buzzing of a solitary bee, a soft, industrious hum as it busies itself among the blossoms. You step beneath its shaded canopy, feeling the immediate drop in temperature, a cool, refreshing embrace against your skin, a pleasant contrast to the warmth outside. The air here is thick, with the sweet, tangy aroma of ripe lemons, a more concentrated and vibrant scent than you encountered earlier in the broader garden. The subtle, earthy smell of damp soil from the shaded ground beneath the trees also rises gently, a grounding perfume. A comfortable, slatted wooden bench, smooth and cool to the touch, curves along one side of the gazebo. Its surface, worn smooth by years of gentle use, feels inviting beneath your fingertips. You settle onto it with a soft, almost imperceptible sigh, the wood yielding slightly, then firmly supporting your weight. The gentle creak of the planks as you adjust yourself is the only sound that truly breaks the immediate stillness within the structure, a quiet, organic sound. From this tranquil vantage point, perfectly framed by the dark green foliage of the lemon trees, the vast expanse of the Tyrrhenian Sea is presented as a shimmering, active canvas. Your gaze drifts across the endless blue, noticing the way the brilliant sunlight catches the tiny, undulating ripples on the surface, creating a mesmerizing, continuous dance of light. Far, far out, almost at the hazy edge where the sea meets the pale, cloudless sky, you discern several tiny, dark specks. These are the distant fishing boats, their forms indistinct, almost ethereal, against the brilliant, expansive backdrop. You listen closely, and a faint, almost imperceptible hum reaches you, the very distant thrum of their engines, a low, rhythmic vibration that seems to blend seamlessly with the soft, constant lapping of the waves against the shore below. It is a sound so subtle it requires a moment of quiet focus to truly distinguish, a gentle pulse that speaks of quiet industry far away on the water. The sound is not intrusive, but rather a comforting, almost hypnotic reminder of life unfolding peacefully on the vast, open sea. A very light, warm breeze, carrying the combined scents of sea salt and the sharp, sweet lemon, drifts through the gazebo, causing the broad, waxy leaves of the lemon trees to rustle with a delicate, papery whisper. You feel the soft movement of the air against your cheek, a fleeting, refreshing caress. The light filtering through the dense leaves creates a dappled pattern on the smooth stone floor, constantly shifting, a gentle, hypnotic play of shadow and light that subtly draws your attention. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the warmth of the sun-drenched air to settle on your skin, even through the shade of the grove. The distinct aroma of the lemons, both sharp and sweet, fills your lungs with each slow, deep breath, grounding you firmly in this moment, in this serene sanctuary. The distant sounds of the sea and the faint hum of the boats become a part of your own internal rhythm, an effortless, unhurried flow that encourages a deeper state of calm. The sweet, tangy scent of the Amalfi lemon grove and the distant hum of fishing boats on the Tyrrhenian Sea now gently recedes into a soft, cherished memory. You find yourself enveloped by the crisp, cool air of your serene Swiss lakeside study. The morning light, a clear, brilliant silver, streams through tall, unadorned windows, illuminating the quiet, ordered space, and casting long, precise shadows across the polished wooden floor. You walk slowly across the smooth, wide planks of aged oak, their surface cool and firm beneath your bare feet, a grounding sensation after the terracotta tiles of the Amalfi. Each step is deliberate, silent, absorbed by the quiet dignity of the room. The air carries a distinct, clean scent of fresh pine, polished wood, and a subtle, almost imperceptible hint of lake water, a refreshing contrast to the floral aromas of the garden. You approach a large, exquisitely crafted desk, fashioned from dark, lustrous cherry wood. Its surface, cool and smooth beneath your fingertips as you rest them lightly on its edge, is meticulously organized. A pristine sheet of creamy, thick parchment paper lies centered on a leather blotter, its edges perfectly aligned. Beside it, an array of fine calligraphy pens, their polished silver nibs gleaming faintly, awaits your touch. You choose a pen, its slender, cool metal, a familiar, comforting weight in your hand. Your fingers instinctively adjust, finding the perfect balance. Next, you reach for a small, polished onyx inkwell, its dark, reflective surface cool and smooth as you lift the delicate glass stopper. A subtle, earthy scent of high-quality black ink rises, a deep, rich aroma that signals focus and precision. The quiet nose clink of the stopper being placed gently on the desk is barely audible in the stillness. With a slow, deliberate motion, you dip the fine-tipped nib of the pen into the dark, liquid ink. You watch as the ink clings to the metal, forming a perfect, glistening bead, a small, dark jewel. You lift the pen, allowing any excess to drip silently back into the well, a small, soft plink that fades almost instantly. The quiet ritual prepares your mind, settling it into a state of focused calm. You bring the pen to the creamy parchment, holding it poised just above the surface. The paper, thick and slightly textured, feels substantial, ready to receive the ink. With a feather-light touch, you begin to guide the nib across the page. A soft, almost imperceptible, whisper-scratch sound fills the quiet room as the ink flows, leaving behind a precise, elegant line of deep, rich black. Each stroke is measured, unhurried, a slow dance between intention and execution. Your gaze follows the graceful curves and straight lines as they unfold, forming familiar letters, then words. The ink, wet and glistening at first, slowly, almost imperceptibly, absorbs into the fibers of the paper, transforming from a liquid sheen to a velvety matte black. You can see the subtle texture of the parchment, the tiny, almost invisible fibers that cradle the ink. The only sounds are the soft whisper of the pen and the steady, quiet rhythm of your own breathing, which has deepened and slowed. You pause, allowing your eyes to drift towards the expansive windows overlooking the lake. The water, a deep, tranquil blue-green, stretches out, almost perfectly still, reflecting the silver light of the morning sky. A distant, solitary sailboat, its white sail a tiny triangle, glides silently across the surface, its movement almost imperceptible. The profound quiet of the study is broken only by the soft, distant lapping of the lake against the shore, a gentle, rhythmic sound that harmonizes with the quiet focus of your work. The cool, clean air from the lake drifts subtly through a barely open vent, carrying a faint, refreshing scent of water and distant evergreens. You feel a deep sense of peaceful concentration, a quiet immersion in the timeless art. The crisp, clean light of your Swiss lakeside study continues to fill the room. Holding the subtle fragrance of fresh ink and aged paper, you carefully place the pen you were using back into its groove on the cherry wood desk, the cool metal settling with a soft, almost inaudible clink. The task of creating has ended. A different, equally calming ritual beckons. You rise slowly from your chair, feeling the smooth, cool wood of the desktop beneath your fingertips. Your bare feet carry you across the polished oak floor, each step quiet and deliberate, towards a tall, narrow cabinet built into the wall. Its dark, rich walnut surface, finely grained and subtly gleaming, feels cool and solid. You reach for the small, ornate brass handle, its cool metal smooth, and twist it gently. A soft, precise click echoes quietly, followed by a barely audible whisper as the cabinet door swings open on well-oiled hinges, revealing the soft, diffused light within. Inside, a series of shallow, velvet-lined drawers slide out with effortless grace. The dark, plush velvet, a deep forest green, offers a soft, inviting contrast. Each drawer is meticulously organized, with individual, fitted compartments holding your collection of antique writing instruments. You select one, its smooth cherry wood handle cool and refined, and gently pull it open. A faint, dry scent, a subtle blend of old wood and aged silver, rises from within. Your fingers reach for a slender dip pen, its handle crafted from polished abalone shell, shimmering with iridescent blues and greens in the soft light. The mother-of-pearl feels incredibly smooth, cool, and light in your hand, its delicate weight a familiar presence. The intricate patterns on its surface catch the light in fleeting flashes. You retrieve a small, soft polishing cloth from a nearby compartment, its fine flannel fibers a gentle caress. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to gently wipe the abalone handle. The cloth glides effortlessly over the smooth, cool surface, removing any faint traces of dust. You notice the subtle whisper of the cloth against the shell, a soft, rhythmic sound in the profound quiet. The shell gleams brighter under your touch, its colors deepening. Then, with a finer pointed brush, you delicately clean around the intricate filigree near the nib. The bristles are incredibly soft, making no sound. Once perfectly clean, you hold the pen for a moment longer, appreciating its quiet beauty, its connection to a time when penmanship was a revered art. Then, with the utmost care, you guide it back into its specially fitted, velvet-lined slot. The pen settles perfectly, a soft, almost silent scrape of its polished silver nib against the plush fabric as it finds its resting place. The velvet cradles it, a soft, secure bed. The subtle sheen of the abalone shell is now perfectly framed by the dark, soft green of the lining, a small treasure returned to its sanctuary. You gently push that drawer back into its housing, the smooth motion almost silent. Then, you pull open another, this one containing early fountain pens. You select one, crafted from warm, dark, tortoiseshell resin, capped with polished sterling silver. The resin feels warm and smooth beneath your fingers, its deep amber swirls catching the light. The silver cap, cool and solid, offers a pleasing contrast. You take the soft flannel cloth, running it gently over the resin body, feeling its subtle warmth and sheen. The silver cap receives a delicate polish, its surface reflecting the soft light. A faint, clean scent of polished metal and aged resin rises. With a final, gentle wipe, you place this pen back into its velvet-lined slot. It settles with a quiet, confident thump, a perfect fit. You slowly close the drawer, its movement smooth and silent, then gently push the cabinet door shut. A soft, satisfying and sounded noise of the latch confirms its security. The precise, ordered quiet of your Swiss lakeside study, and the delicate antique writing instruments, now gently recedes into a distant memory, replaced by the embracing warmth of the Andalusian sun. You step from the cool, tiled hallway of your villa, leaving behind the crisp scent of polished wood, and enter the profound, inviting shade of your private courtyard. The air here is immediately softer, warmer yet refreshingly cool in the shade, carrying a complex, intoxicating scent of sun-warmed jasmine, sweet orange blossom, and damp earth. Your bare feet find the smooth, cool surface of the intricate mutajar tiles that pave the courtyard. Their glazed patterns, in shades of deep blue and ochre, feel exquisitely smooth and cool beneath your soles, a welcome contrast to the sun's pervasive heat just beyond the arched doorways. Each step is unhurried, silent, absorbed by the thick, whitewashed walls that rise around you, creating a sanctuary of cool tranquility. From a distant corner, the soft, rhythmic murmur of a fountain reaches you, a constant, gentle whisper that instantly settles the mind. Your gaze sweeps across the enclosed space. High above, a trellised canopy of ancient bougainvillea, heavy with vibrant fuchsia blooms, filters the harsh afternoon sun, casting a delicate, shifting mosaic of dappled light and deep shadow across the tiled floor. The light is soft, almost liquid, creating a sense of serene intimacy. The air is still, yet alive, with the subtle hum of a solitary bee. A low, industrious sound, as it drifts lazily between the fragrant blossoms. You move towards a low, intricately tiled bench, its surface a continuation of the cool, smooth patterns on the floor. Your fingertips brush lightly against the cool, glazed ceramic, feeling the subtle raised edges of the design. You settle onto it, feeling the deep, pervasive coolness of the tiles seep through your clothing, a profound and immediate comfort against the lingering warmth of the day. The gentle scent of jasmine, particularly strong here, wraps around you, a sweet, heady perfume that encourages a deeper, slower breath. From this vantage point, the distant fountain is even more present. Its soft, continuous plink-plink splash, a hypnotic rhythm that fills the quiet. You listen, allowing its steady, repetitive sound to wash over you, a soothing presence that seems to absorb any stray thoughts. The water flows from an ancient, carved stone spout, disappearing into a small, tiled basin, its surface reflecting the dappled light in tiny, shimmering flashes. A faint, earthy scent of wet stone rises, mingling with the floral notes. The thick, whitewashed walls, cool and slightly rough to the touch, seem to hold the quiet, insulating you from the world beyond. You notice the subtle imperfections in their surface, the faint undulations that speak of centuries of care. A small, terracotta pot, filled with fragrant geraniums, sits on a nearby ledge, its rough, porous surface absorbing the heat of the day, while the leaves offer a subtle, peppery green aroma. You close your eyes for a moment, simply allowing the pervasive coolness, the gentle fragrance, and the hypnotic murmur of the fountain to envelop you completely. The soft, shifting patterns of light and shadow continue their slow, silent dance on your eyelids. Your breathing deepens effortlessly, naturally slowing to match the unhurried rhythm of the courtyard. Everything feels perfectly still, perfectly balanced, a sanctuary of profound, unburdened peace. The distant murmur of the fountain continues, a constant, soothing presence. The cool, fragrant air settles around you, inviting a deeper, more pervasive sense of calm to unfold. You simply rest, held in the gentle embrace of the shaded courtyard, as the afternoon slowly, gracefully drifts by. You remain settled on the cool, intricately tiled bench in your Andalusian courtyard, the continuous, soft murmur of the distant fountain, a soothing, rhythmic presence. The air is still fragrant with jasmine and orange blossom, now subtly mingled with the faint, earthy scent of damp stone. The dappled sunlight continues its slow, silent dance across the tiled floor, a gentle, shifting mosaic of light and shadow. Within easy reach, on a small, round mosaic table, a tall, slender glass of infused water awaits. The glass itself feels cool and smooth, its surface beaded with tiny, glistening droplets of condensation, a testament to its refreshing chill. Inside, you notice delicate slices of cucumber and sprigs of fresh mint, their green hues vibrant against the clear water, promising a clean, revitalizing taste. A few small, clear ice cubes rest at the bottom, making a soft, almost imperceptible clink against the glass. You reach out slowly, your fingers wrapping around the cool, smooth circumference of the glass. The chilled sensation is immediate and deeply refreshing against your palm. With a deliberate, unhurried motion, you lift the glass, feeling its light, balanced weight. The ice cubes shift, making a faint, crystalline tinkle that is soft and fleeting in the quiet air. You bring the rim of the glass to your lips, feeling its cool, smooth edge. You take a slow, deliberate sip. The water is incredibly cool, a crisp, clean sensation that glides smoothly over your tongue and down your throat, instantly quenching any lingering warmth. The subtle, refreshing taste of cucumber and the invigorating hint of mint unfold on your palate, a delicate, pure flavor that feels both cleansing and deeply satisfying. You feel the coolness spread gently through your chest, a wave of calm. As you lower the glass back to the mosaic table with a soft, quiet clink, your attention is drawn upwards. Beyond the trellised bougainvillea, where the courtyard opens slightly to the sky, stand several tall, majestic palm trees. Their broad, stiff fronds, a deep, sun-kissed green, extend outwards, creating graceful, sweeping arcs against the clear blue sky. The sunlight catches their textured surfaces, highlighting the intricate patterns of their individual segments. A very light, warm breeze, almost imperceptible against your skin, drifts through the courtyard. It rustles through the dense fronds of the palm trees above, creating a distinct, dry, and incredibly soothing sound. It is a continuous, soft whisper shush, a gentle, papery murmur that weaves in and out of the faint, rhythmic plink, plink splash of the distant fountain. The two sounds blend seamlessly, creating a natural, hypnotic symphony that fills the quiet space. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the combined sounds to wash over you, a gentle wave of auditory calm. The subtle scent of the mint and cucumber from the water still lingers on your breath, mingling with the sweeter floral notes in the air. You feel the slight movement of the breeze against your hair, a soft, fleeting caress. The cool, smooth tiles beneath you, the gentle fragrance, and the rhythmic sounds create a profound sense of grounded tranquility. When you open your eyes again, the palm fronds continue their slow, gentle sway, their rustling a constant, comforting presence. The dappled light shifts, painting new patterns on the cool tiles. The infused water waits, still cool on the table. Everything feels perfectly balanced, perfectly at peace, as the afternoon continues its unhurried drift through the shaded, fragrant courtyard. The world outside seems to slow, aligning with your own deepening sense of quiet. The sweet, tangy essence of the Andalusian lemon grove and the soft rustle of palm leaves now gently recede, replaced by the hushed, refined air of a Parisian haute couture atelier. You step from the quiet cobblestone street, leaving behind the distant, muted sounds of the city, into a sanctuary of exquisite craftsmanship. The air here is immediately cooler, still, and carries a delicate, clean scent of fine silks, wools, and a faint, almost imperceptible perfume of fresh linen. A heavy, velvet-lined door closes softly behind you, its gentle thud absorbed by the thick walls, deepening the profound quiet. Before you lies a spacious salon, bathed in soft, diffused light from tall, north-facing windows. The light, a pale, even silver, illuminates the polished parquet floor, its dark wood gleam reflecting the subtle glow, creating a sense of serene depth. Your footsteps, softened by the thick hand-woven rug that covers the center of the room, make no sound as you walk slowly, deliberately, into the hushed space. Your gaze is drawn to a series of mannequins, elegantly positioned, each draped in a new design. These are not merely garments, but sculptures of fabric, waiting in silent anticipation. The room itself seems to hold its breath, allowing you to absorb every intricate detail without distraction. A quiet assistant, moving with practiced grace, stands discreetly in the background, a peripheral presence, ready to assist but never intruding on the moment. You approach the first design, a gown crafted from the deepest midnight blue silk velvet. Your fingers reach out, hovering just above the fabric, then gently brush against its surface. The velvet feels incredibly soft, almost liquid, yielding slightly beneath your touch, absorbing the light rather than reflecting it. You notice the way the pile of the fabric shifts, creating subtle variations in color, from an almost inky black to a rich, luminous navy, depending on the angle. A faint, dry scent of the exquisite material rises, a deep, comforting aroma. You trace the delicate line of an embroidered collar, feeling the tiny, raised texture of the hand-stitched silk threads beneath your fingertip. Each stitch is impossibly fine, a testament to hours of meticulous work. The embroidery is subtle, a tone-on-tone pattern that reveals itself only upon close inspection, a quiet detail. The fabric itself seems to drape with an effortless grace, falling in soft, unhurried folds that catch and release the light with every subtle undulation. Moving to the next piece, a jacket of pale ivory wool crepe, you notice the unexpected weight and structure of the fabric. Your hand rests gently on its lapel, feeling the fine, almost imperceptible texture of the weave. The wool is soft yet firm, holding its shape with quiet confidence. A tiny, hand-faceted pearl button, cool and smooth to the touch, gleams faintly at the cuff, a small point of exquisite detail. The quiet swish of the assistant's uniform as they move in the periphery is the only sound that truly breaks the profound stillness, a soft, rhythmic whisper. You pause, allowing your eyes to drift across the collection, taking in the serene palette of muted tones, the impeccable tailoring, the quiet luxury of each piece. The air remains still, cool, and infused with the subtle, clean scent of fine textiles. The soft, diffused light continues to bathe the room, creating an atmosphere of calm reverence. The profound silence allows for a deep, unhurried appreciation of the artistry, each garment a quiet statement of elegance. The gentle rustle of a silk lining from a nearby coat, as the assistant subtly adjusts it, is the softest sound. You breathe in slowly, deeply, feeling the cool, clean air fill your lungs, carrying the delicate scent of the atelier. Your mind feels settled, absorbed in the quiet beauty and craftsmanship around you. A profound sense of peace, the quiet reverence of the atelier which held the finished haute couture designs, gently shifts as you move from the main salon. The polished parquet floor, still cool and smooth beneath your feet, guides you towards a more secluded area, a dedicated space for the raw materials of creation. The air here, while still carrying the delicate scent of fine textiles, now has an added, subtle depth, perhaps a hint of natural fibers and the faint, clean aroma of a well-maintained workshop. A heavy, velvet curtain, a deep, muted charcoal gray, hangs across an archway. You reach out, your fingers brushing against its plush, soft surface, feeling its unexpected weight as you gently draw it aside. The fabric glides with a soft, almost inaudible swish, revealing a smaller, equally serene room beyond. The light here is slightly softer, more indirect, filtering through sheer linen blinds that cover the windows, creating an even, tranquil glow. In the center of this room stands a long, substantial table, crafted from light, unstained ash wood. Its surface, smooth and cool, is meticulously clear, awaiting the presentation of possibilities. You approach it, resting your hand lightly on its edge, feeling the fine, almost imperceptible grain of the wood beneath your palm. A quiet assistant, moving with practiced efficiency, places several large, leather-bound swatch books onto the table, their soft thummarks barely audible. The leather of the books feels supple and cool, its familiar scent mingling with the clean air. You open the first book, its heavy pages turning with a soft, dry whisper. Inside, a collection of wool samples awaits. Your fingers first encounter a swatch of superfine merino wool, a deep, charcoal gray. It feels incredibly soft, almost fluid, yet with a subtle, reassuring density. You rub your thumb gently across its surface, feeling the thousands of tiny, perfectly spun fibers, a smooth, consistent texture that promises warmth without bulk. The light catches the subtle, natural sheen of the fabric, revealing the depth of its color. A faint, clean, lanolin-like scent rises from the natural fiber. Next you move to a piece of cashmere, a pale, creamy beige. It is impossibly soft, lighter than the wool, almost weightless as you lift a corner between your fingers. The drape is exquisite, flowing effortlessly. You close your eyes for a moment, pressing the fabric gently against your cheek, feeling its luxurious, downy softness. A sensation of pure comfort. A subtle animalic warmth, barely perceptible, emanates from the cashmere. The silence in the room is profound, broken only by the soft rustle of the pages as you turn to another section. A book of silks opens, revealing a spectrum of delicate, shimmering textures. Your fingers gravitate towards a heavy, raw silk in a muted olive green. Its texture is surprisingly complex, a slightly slubbed, irregular surface that feels both rustic and refined. You feel the subtle nubs and variations in the weave, a grounding, natural sensation. The light plays across its surface, creating a soft, uneven shimmer, not a brilliant gloss, but a deep, organic luminosity. A very faint, clean, almost vegetal scent rises from the silk. You then consider a swatch of crisp, unbleached linen, its natural ecru color hinting at its origins. This fabric feels entirely different, cool, firm, and with a distinct, almost starched crispness. As you run your hand over it, you feel the fine, subtle unevenness of the linen threads, a wholesome, grounding texture. It offers a slight, delicate crinkle when you bend it, a clean, dry sound that speaks of its natural fiber. The air around you, still and cool, seems to absorb every subtle sound and scent, allowing for an unhurried, deeply focused selection. The quiet assistant gestures subtly towards a final book, containing various lining silks. You open it, revealing an array of smooth, plain weave silk satins. The hushed, refined air of the Parisian atelier and the delicate textures of bespoke fabrics now gently recede, replaced by the embracing, rugged warmth of your Scottish Highlands lodge. You step from the cool, crisp evening air outside, leaving behind the faint scent of damp earth and distant heather, into a chamber filled with the unique, comforting aroma of a roaring peat fire. The air here is immediately thicker, warmer, imbued with the deep, smoky, earthy fragrance of burning peat, a profound contrast to the clean linens of the atelier. You close the heavy, solid oak door behind you, its substantial fat resonating softly through the thick stone walls, settling into a profound quiet. Before you, in the heart of the great hall, a magnificent stone fireplace dominates, its wide hearth holding a vibrant, glowing peat fire. The flames dance with a soft orange-red intensity, casting long, shifting shadows that flicker across the rough-hewn timber beams of the ceiling and the aged stone walls. The light is warm, organic, and deeply inviting. Your footsteps, softened by the thick, hand-woven tartan rug that covers the polished flagstone floor, make a barely audible whisper as you move closer to the hearth. The rug's deep pile feels incredibly soft and resilient beneath your leather boots, a grounding texture. You can feel the immediate, radiating heat from the fire, a pervasive warmth that begins to gently thaw the lingering coolness from outside. The air around the fireplace crackles with a dry, comforting heat. You settle into a deep, wing-backed armchair, upholstered in a rich, dark green tweed, positioned perfectly to face the fire. The rough, textured wool of the fabric feels robust, yet yielding beneath your hands, its fibers subtly massaging your skin. You sink into its generous cushions, feeling your body relax into the soft, supportive embrace. The faint, earthy scent of the tweed, mingled with the stronger aroma of peat smoke, creates a comforting, enveloping sensation. Your gaze fixes on the fire. The peat blocks, dark and dense, glow with an internal smoldering heat, occasionally breaking into soft, undulating flames. You can hear the low, continuous hiss and crackle of the peat as it slowly combusts, releasing tiny, almost imperceptible sparks that dance upwards before vanishing into the wide stone chimney. The sounds are deeply rhythmic, ancient, a primal pulse that settles the mind. The smoke itself, thick and blue-gray, curls lazily upwards, carrying its distinctive, grounding scent of bog and earth, a perfume unique to the highlands. You reach out a hand, allowing the intense, dry warmth of the fire to wash over your palm, feeling the heat penetrate deeply into your skin. The light from the flames plays across your face, a soft, dancing glow that paints your features in shifting hues of orange and red. Beyond the immediate warmth of the hearth, the vast room is bathed in deep, comforting shadows, broken only by the occasional glint of polished brass or the subtle shimmer of a distant landscape painting. The air further from the fire is cooler, a refreshing contrast that makes the warmth even more inviting. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the rich, earthy scent of the peat smoke to fill your lungs. It is a scent that speaks of ancient landscapes, of long, quiet evenings, and profound stillness. Your breathing naturally deepens, aligning itself with the slow, steady consumption of the peat. The silence in the lodge is vast, broken only by the comforting sounds of the fire and the faint, distant whistle of the wind outside, a soft, ethereal sound that only emphasizes the profound warmth and security within. The peat fire continues its gentle roar, a constant, comforting presence in the heart of the lodge. The warmth spreads through the room, inviting a deeper, more pervasive sense of calm to unfold. The gentle, pervasive warmth of the roaring peat fire still radiates through your Scottish Highlands lodge, a comforting presence that wraps around you as evening deepens. You rise slowly from the deep tweed armchair, feeling the lingering heat on your skin, and move towards a quieter corner of the great hall. The profound, smoky scent of the peat fire now subtly mingles with a fresh, clean aroma, a quiet promise of a different, more meticulous task. You approach a sturdy, ancient oak side table, its surface worn smooth by generations of use, reflecting the soft, flickering light from the distant hearth. Its dark wood feels cool and solid beneath your fingertips. On a velvet-lined tray, several pieces of antique silver await your attention, their surfaces muted by the passage of time. You gather a selection of soft, fine polishing cloths, their white cotton fibers feeling pliable and gentle between your fingers. A small, round tin of silver polish, cool and smooth, is placed carefully on the table with a soft, almost imperceptible clink. You open the tin, gently twisting the lid. It yields with a faint, soft hiss as the seal breaks, revealing the creamy, pale pink paste within. A subtle, clean scent, a delicate blend of lemon, and a faint, sweet metallic note rises gently into the still air. You take one of the soft cloths, folding it precisely into a small, manageable square, and dip a corner lightly into the polish. The cool, smooth paste transfers to the cloth, a small, soft dollop. You select a small, intricately engraved silver spoon from the tray. Its handle, cool and dull beneath your touch, shows the subtle darkening of tarnish, obscuring the fine details of its design. You begin to apply the polish with slow, deliberate circular motions. The cloth glides smoothly over the cool metal surface, a soft, rhythmic swish-buff that fills the quiet space. You feel the slight resistance of the tarnish under the cloth, then the gradual, satisfying release as it begins to lift away. As you continue, the dark, almost gray residue of the tarnish transfers to the cloth, leaving behind a subtle sheen on the silver. You rotate the cloth, finding a clean section, and continue the gentle, repetitive motion. Your eyes follow the intricate engravings on the spoon handle, noticing how the fine lines and delicate patterns slowly emerge from the dullness, catching the soft firelight with a nascent sparkle. The faint, metallic scent of the polish intensifies slightly, then mellows as the tarnish disappears. Each stroke is precise, unhurried, a quiet act of restoration. You pick up a second, clean cloth, its fibers dry and soft. With gentle, feather-light movements, you begin the final buffing, polishing the spoon to a brilliant gleam. The dry cloth glides over the now smooth, cool surface with a soft, almost silent whisper squeak, a delicate sound that speaks of the metal's renewed luster. The silver reflects the firelight with striking clarity, a tiny dancing mirror of orange and gold. You turn the spoon slowly in your hand, admiring its renewed brilliance, its intricate details now sharp and clear. The cool, smooth metal feels exquisite beneath your fingertips, its weight substantial and comforting. You gently place the perfectly polished spoon back onto the velvet-lined tray, its surface now a deep, rich, dark green, offering a soft, secure bed for the gleaming silver. The spoon settles with a quiet, almost imperceptible thud, a final, satisfying sound. The fire in the hearth continues its low, comforting crackle, a warm, rhythmic presence in the vast, quiet hall. The subtle scent of polish lingers in the air, slowly fading, leaving behind a refreshed, clean atmosphere. The act of polishing is a meditation, a quiet communion with objects of history and craftsmanship. The lodge remains profoundly still, holding the quiet sounds of your meticulous work, the deep, earthy warmth of the peat fire. The gleaming silver of the Highlands Lodge now recedes into a soft, distant memory. You stir gently, aware of a new light, a new sound, as dawn breaks over the Aegean Sea. Your eyes flutter open, then close again, savoring the subtle, rhythmic sound of water. You are cradled in the deep comfort of your bed, the cool, crisp linen sheets, a soft caress against your skin. The duvet, light yet substantial, shifts with a barely perceptible movement, mirroring the gentle undulation of the sea. A pale, pearly light, filtered through sheer linen curtains, bathes the room in a soft, ethereal glow. You hear the faint, rhythmic lapping of waves against the shore below your private Greek island terrace, a quiet, consistent sound that has woven itself into your dreams. The air in the room is cool and fresh, carrying a distinct, clean scent of salt and wild herbs. With a slow, unhurried stretch, you extend your arms above your head, feeling a pleasant, gentle elongation through your spine. Your fingers brush lightly against the smooth, cool plaster of the ceiling. You release the stretch with a soft, almost inaudible sigh, a quiet exhale. Then, you slowly push the duvet back, allowing it to pool softly at your feet, revealing the smooth, cool sheet beneath. The light from the windows brightens slightly as your eyes adjust to the new day. You bring your legs over the side of the bed, allowing your bare feet to find the cool, smooth marble floor. Its polished surface feels exquisitely smooth beneath your soles, a grounding sensation that connects you to the ancient stone of the island. You sit for a moment, simply allowing the subtle sounds of the waking island to register, feeling your body adjust naturally to the quiet anticipation of the morning. The gentle murmur of the waves is a constant, soothing presence. You rise slowly, your movements fluid and unhurried, walking towards the tall, arched glass doors that lead to your private terrace. The cool marble floor continues beneath your feet, each step deliberate, silent. Your fingertips brush lightly against the cool, smooth glass of the door handle, feeling its solid, reassuring weight. With a gentle push, the door swings inward with a soft, barely audible whoosh, revealing the vast, open expanse beyond. You step onto the terrace, the morning air an immediate, soft caress against your skin. It is cool, yet holds the promise of warmth, imbued with the invigorating scent of salt, dry earth, and a faint, sweet hint of blooming oleander from the pots nearby. The terracotta tiles beneath your feet are still cool, absorbing the nascent warmth of the sun. Your gaze sweeps across the breathtaking panorama. The Aegean Sea stretches out before you, an impossibly deep, tranquil blue, its surface almost perfectly still, reflecting the pale, brightening sky. The horizon is a soft, undefined line where the sky and sea merge, painted with delicate hues of rose, peach, and soft lavender as the sun prepares its grand entrance. Distant islands, dark, jagged silhouettes, rest like sleeping giants on the shimmering water, their forms softened by the morning haze. A solitary gull cries, a soft, ethereal sound that drifts across the vastness, then fades into the profound quiet. The rhythmic lapping of the waves against the shore below is more distinct here, a continuous, soothing whisper that seems to breathe with the very essence of the island. You move to a comfortable, woven rattan chair, its smooth, natural texture cool and inviting. You settle into its gentle embrace, feeling its slight give as you adjust yourself. The subtle creak of the rattan is soft, organic. You simply sit, observing the slow, majestic unfurling of the dawn, allowing the cool air, the salty scent and the hypnotic sounds of the sea to wash over you completely. Your breathing deepens effortlessly, naturally aligning itself with the unhurried rhythm of the breaking day. The soft, pearly light of dawn, which illuminated the Aegean Sea from your private Greek island terrace, now brightens, becoming a clear, clean gold. You rise slowly from the comfortable rattan chair, feeling the cool, smooth terracotta tiles beneath your bare feet, a grounding sensation after the gentle sway of the sea. The rhythmic lapping of the waves against the shore below continues, a constant, soothing murmur that has woven itself into the fabric of the morning. You walk with unhurried grace across the sun-warmed tiles, your steps silent and deliberate, towards a small, elegantly crafted stone counter nestled against the villa's whitewashed wall. The counter's surface, cool and smooth to the touch, is bathed in the growing light, revealing its subtle, natural imperfections. On it, a simple, pristine white ceramic bowl, cool and substantial, holds an array of freshly gathered fruits. The air here is still and fresh, carrying the invigorating scent of salt and a new, delicate sweetness from the ripening fruit. You approach the counter, resting your fingertips lightly on the cool stone edge. Your gaze drifts over the contents of the bowl. Plump, dark purple figs, their skins almost velvety, pale green grapes, still dusted with a delicate bloom, and vibrant sun-kissed slices of melon, their juicy flesh a soft orange. Each piece of fruit seems to glow with its own internal light, a small, perfect offering from the island. The faint, sweet perfume of the figs and melon rises gently, mingling with the fresh sea air. You reach for a cluster of the pale green grapes, feeling their cool, smooth skins, each one a firm, taut orb beneath your touch. With a gentle, deliberate motion, you carefully separate a small cluster from the larger bunch, the tiny stems yielding with a soft, almost imperceptible snip. You bring the cluster closer, noticing the fine, almost invisible dust on their surfaces, a testament to their freshness. The coolness of the grapes feels refreshing in your palm. Next, you move towards a small, traditional stone sink built into the counter. A slender, polished brass faucet, cool and smooth, gleams in the morning light. You turn the handle slowly, and a thin, continuous stream of cool, clear water begins to flow with a soft, gentle hiss, filling the quiet space with its rhythmic sound. You hold the grapes under the gentle stream, allowing the cool water to wash over them, feeling each tiny berry being cleansed. The water makes a soft, continuous drip, drip, drip as it falls into the stone basin. You carefully rub each grape with your thumb, feeling the delicate bloom dissolve under the water, leaving the skin feeling smooth and perfectly clean. The sound of the water cascading over the fruit is soft, almost meditative. You turn off the faucet with a quiet, deliberate click, leaving only the subtle sound of the lingering drips. You then place the washed grapes onto a small, clean linen cloth, its soft, absorbent fibers gently soaking up the moisture with a faint, quiet whisper. The cloth feels cool and soft, a gentle embrace for the fruit. You select a small, smooth, oval-shaped ceramic platter, its surface a pristine, creamy white. With slow, unhurried movements, you begin to arrange the fruit. You place the dark figs first, their rich purple hues a grounding presence against the white. Then, the pale green grapes are carefully nestled beside them, their round forms creating a gentle contrast. Finally, the bright, sun-kissed melon slices are laid out, their soft orange curves adding a touch of warmth. Each piece is placed with thoughtful precision, creating a simple, elegant composition. The soft thud note of a fig settling onto the platter is barely audible. You stand back for a moment, observing the finished platter. The colors are fresh and inviting, the natural sweetness of the fruit a quiet promise. The bright, fresh light of the Greek island morning and the delicate sweetness of the fruit platter now gently recede, giving way to the hushed, profound atmosphere of your Venetian palazzo study. You step from the sun-drenched corridor, leaving behind the distant, muted sounds of gondolas on the canal, and enter a sanctuary of ancient quiet. The air here is immediately cooler, still, and carries a deep, comforting scent of aged parchment, polished walnut, and a faint, subtle hint of the damp stone that rises from the lagoon. You close the heavy, paneled door behind you with a soft, deliberate noted, the sound swallowed almost instantly by the thick, ornate walls. The quiet is absolute, a palpable presence that wraps around you, deeper and more encompassing than any silence on the open sea. Your footsteps, softened by the rich, faded Aubusson rug that covers the dark, polished terrazzo floor, make no sound as you walk slowly into the room. The rug's intricate patterns feel subtly textured beneath your velvet slippers, a luxurious cushion. Your gaze sweeps across the towering, glass-fronted bookcases that line the walls, their shelves filled with countless volumes, each a silent guardian of history. The light, filtered and diffused by heavy velvet drapes that frame the tall, arched windows, casts a soft, even glow across the room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the still air. On a large, exquisitely carved walnut desk in the center of the room, several rare manuscripts lie carefully arranged on pristine white archival cloths, awaiting your attention. You approach the desk, resting your fingertips lightly on its cool, smooth surface, feeling the fine, almost imperceptible grain of the aged wood. The subtle scent of beeswax polish rises, mingling with the dry aroma of old paper. You select the first manuscript, a quarto volume bound in deep, rich crimson leather, its surface worn smooth by centuries of careful handling. You lift it gently, feeling its surprising weight, a solid, grounding presence in your hands. The leather feels supple yet firm, its intricate gold tooling now dulled by time, but still discernible beneath your thumb. With utmost care, you open the manuscript, its ancient spine yielding with a soft, almost inaudible creak. The pages, creamy vellum, are thick and slightly crisp, retaining a remarkable resilience. A deeper, more concentrated aroma of old paper and fine ink rises as you reveal the hand-scribed text within. The script, an elegant, flowing Latin, is faded to a sepia tone, yet each letter retains a striking clarity, a testament to the meticulous hand of its long-departed scribe. You notice the delicate, almost invisible imperfections in the vellum, the subtle variations in its texture. You pause, allowing your eyes to drift over the intricate illuminations that adorn the margins, tiny bursts of muted color, soft blues, deep reds, and pale greens that seem to glow faintly in the subdued light. The craftsmanship speaks of a time when every detail was an act of profound devotion. You reach out, your fingertip gently touching the edge of a page. The parchment feels unexpectedly smooth, yet with a subtle, almost imperceptible crispness. With a deliberate, feather-light touch, you slowly turn the page. It yields with a delicate, dry whisper, a soft, papery sound that is amplified in the profound quiet of the study. The newly revealed page presents another expanse of elegant script, another intricate border. You allow your eyes to drift, not seeking to decipher, but simply appreciating the beauty of the form, the patient dedication of its creation. The soft, filtered light continues its gentle play, casting subtle, shifting shadows across the page, bringing the ancient text to life in a quiet, mesmerizing way. The distant, rhythmic lapping of the canal water against the palazzo's foundations is a faint, almost subconscious presence, a soft, watery pulse that underscores the deep stillness within. The rare manuscripts are now carefully nestled in their archival boxes, the hushed reverence of the Venetian palazzo study settling even deeper around you. The meticulous task of arrangement is complete, leaving behind a profound stillness. The afternoon light, softened and diffused by the heavy velvet drapes that frame the tall, arched windows, casts a warm, golden glow across the polished surfaces, inviting a moment of pure, unhurried contemplation. The air, thick with the scent of centuries, feels like a tangible, comforting presence. You remain settled deeply in a grand, velvet-upholstered armchair, its rich, muted crimson color absorbing the soft, ambient light. The fabric, initially cool against your skin, quickly warms to your touch, cradling you gently in its generous embrace. Your head rests comfortably against the high, soft back, allowing your gaze to drift languidly across the vast, quiet room. The subtle texture of the velvet, a soft, almost imperceptible nap, feels exquisitely yielding beneath your fingertips as they rest on the cool, smooth armrest of dark, aged walnut. The dominant sensation in this tranquil space is the complex, layered scent that permeates the very air. The dry, faintly sweet aroma of aged parchment rises from the towering, glass-fronted bookcases that line the walls, a silent chorus of forgotten narratives. This subtle, almost vanilla-like fragrance mingles seamlessly with the deeper, more resonant perfume of polished walnut and the rich, earthy scent of ancient leather bindings. It is a distinct, comforting signature unique to this study, a silent testament to history and careful guardianship. You take a slow, deliberate breath, allowing the intricate bouquet of fragrances to fill your lungs completely. Each inhalation feels profoundly grounding, drawing you deeper into the boundless stillness of the room. The air itself feels substantial, heavy with the quiet weight of countless stories, a powerful, yet profoundly peaceful presence that wraps around you. You notice the subtle coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils, carrying the dry, sweet notes of the paper, then the deeper, more robust warmth of the polished wood. Your fingers, still attuned to the delicate texture of vellum from the manuscripts, now rest lightly on the smooth, cool surface of the walnut armrest. You trace the fine, almost imperceptible grain of the wood, feeling its cool, solid presence, the subtle undulations beneath your touch. The light catches the faint sheen of the beeswax polish, a soft, almost liquid reflection that shifts as your eyes move. The soft, diffused light from the windows continues its gentle illumination, highlighting tiny, almost invisible dust motes suspended in the air. They dance silently, slowly, in the golden shafts of light, their ethereal movement, the only visible activity in the profound quiet, a gentle, mesmerizing ballet. The silence is so complete that you become aware of the subtle, internal sounds of your own body, the soft, steady beat of your heart, the unhurried rhythm of your breath. From beyond the thick, ornate walls, a faint, rhythmic slosh-slosh reaches you, the distant, muffled sound of water gently lapping against the ancient stone foundations of the palazzo. It is a sound so subtle, so deeply interwoven with the very fabric of Venice, that it becomes part of the profound quiet, a soft, watery heartbeat that underscores the deep stillness within. It is not intrusive, but rather a gentle, constant reminder of the world outside, held at a respectful distance. You close your eyes for a moment, deepening your focus solely on the olfactory landscape. The scent of old paper, that dry, almost vanilla-like sweetness, is strongest, a quiet whisper of forgotten eras. It is layered with the richer, more robust aroma of the polished walnut of the desk and towering shelves, a scent of careful preservation and timeless elegance. The profound quiet of your Venetian palazzo study and the intricate scent of old parchment and polished walnut now gently recedes into a distant memory. You step from the ancient stone coolness of the villa, leaving behind the faint rhythmic lapping of the canal, and enter the deep, embracing stillness of your private Bavarian forest. The air here is immediately different, crisp, cool, and imbued with the invigorating, clean scent of damp earth, rich pine needles, and a subtle, pure freshness that speaks of vast ancient trees. You walk onto a narrow, winding path, thickly carpeted with soft, yielding moss and a scattering of dry pine needles. The ground feels incredibly soft and resilient beneath your comfortable walking shoes, a subtle, springy give with each deliberate, unhurried step. A faint, almost imperceptible, cush-cush sound accompanies your movement, absorbed by the dense forest floor. The cool, damp earth beneath the moss radiates a refreshing coolness upwards, a subtle energy. Your gaze lifts, sweeping upwards towards the towering ancient fir and spruce trees that form a dense, protective canopy overhead. Their dark green needles interlace, filtering the morning sun into a delicate, shifting mosaic of dappled light and deep, encompassing shadow on the forest floor. The light, a pale emerald green, seems to glow from within the depths of the forest. The rough, textured bark of a nearby fir tree, a deep, craggy brown, appears almost black in the shadows, then reveals intricate patterns as a sliver of sunlight briefly touches it. You reach out a hand, allowing your fingertips to brush lightly against a patch of vibrant, emerald green moss that clings to the base of an ancient, gnarled tree trunk. The moss feels incredibly soft, almost velvety, yet cool and subtly damp beneath your touch, a living carpet of quiet resilience. A very faint, earthy aroma, a deeper, more concentrated scent of damp soil and decaying leaves rises from the forest floor, mingling with the invigorating pine. The silence is profound, broken only by the almost imperceptible drip of dew from a high branch, a soft, crystalline sound that vanishes quickly. You pause, allowing yourself to fully absorb the profound stillness. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the cool, clean, pine-scented air fill your lungs completely. Each inhalation feels deeply cleansing, invigorating, yet profoundly calming. The air itself feels substantial, pure. From far in the distance, a faint, ethereal caw of a crow reaches you, a solitary sound that drifts through the vast expanse of trees, then fades, leaving the silence even deeper. The only other sound is the soft, continuous whisper of a gentle breeze, almost imperceptible, as it stirs the highest needles of the fir trees. A delicate, rhythmic rustle. The cool, quiet embrace of the forest wraps around you completely, a timeless sanctuary. The deep green hues, the earthy scents, the profound stillness, all contribute to a feeling of being deeply grounded, utterly at peace. Your own breathing slows, effortlessly aligning with the unhurried rhythm of the ancient woods. The light continues its slow, gentle dance through the canopy, painting the forest in ever-changing shades of green and gold. You simply stand there, observing the quiet, profound beauty, feeling the cool, clean air against your skin. The forest holds its breath with you, a vast, living cathedral of peace. Everything feels settled, deeply tranquil, as the morning slowly, gracefully unfolds around you in its verdant, hushed embrace. The profound stillness of your private Bavarian forest continues to envelop you, a deep, resonant quiet that has settled into the very core of your being. You walk slowly along the winding, moss-carpeted path, the soft, yielding ground cushioning each deliberate step. The air remains crisp and cool, imbued with the invigorating, clean scent of towering pine and the rich, damp earth, a fragrance that feels both ancient and profoundly fresh. As you round a gentle bend in the path, a natural clearing emerges, bathed in a soft, emerald light. Here, nestled at the base of an immense ancient fir tree, you notice a low, naturally formed bench, entirely covered in a thick, vibrant carpet of deep green moss. Its surface appears incredibly soft and inviting, a quiet invitation to rest within the heart of the forest. The light filtering through the dense canopy above creates a delicate, shifting pattern of dappled sunlight and deep shadow across its inviting surface. You approach the mossy bench, your footsteps barely audible on the soft ground. Your fingers reach out, brushing lightly against the moss. It feels unexpectedly cool and subtly damp, yet incredibly soft and springy beneath your touch, like a living, natural cushion. A faint, earthy aroma, a deeper concentration of damp soil and decaying leaves, rises gently from the moss, mingling with the pervasive scent of pine. You feel the subtle texture of the tiny, intricate moss fibers, a delicate, velvety sensation against your skin. With a slow, unhurried movement, you settle onto the bench. The moss yields softly beneath your weight, conforming perfectly to the contours of your body, providing a deep, natural comfort. You feel the subtle coolness of the damp moss seeping gently through your clothing, a refreshing contrast to the warmth of your skin. Your back rests against the rough, textured bark of the ancient fir tree, its sturdy, unyielding presence a grounding support. The faint, organic scent of the bark, a dry, resinous aroma, adds another layer to the forest's complex perfume. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the profound quiet of the forest to wash over you completely. The only sounds are the almost imperceptible drip of dew from a high branch, a soft, crystalline sound that quickly fades, and the very distant, gentle whisper of a breeze, almost imagined, as it stirs the highest needles of the fir trees. These subtle sounds only serve to deepen the surrounding stillness, creating a sense of vast, unbroken peace. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the rich, earthy scent of damp earth and the invigorating, clean aroma of pine to fill your lungs completely. Each inhalation feels deeply cleansing, profoundly grounding, drawing you deeper into the boundless tranquility of the forest. The air itself feels substantial, pure, a vital, calming presence that wraps around you. You notice the subtle coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils, carrying the fresh, resinous notes of the pine, then the deeper, more robust warmth of the damp soil. When you open your eyes again, your gaze drifts to a patch of delicate ferns growing at the base of the fir tree, their fronds a vibrant, almost luminous green in the dappled light. Tiny droplets of dew cling to their intricate leaves, shimmering like miniature pearls. A solitary spider's web, impossibly delicate, stretches between two branches, catching the light with a faint, ethereal sparkle, a testament to the quiet, intricate life unfolding around you. The light continues its slow, gentle dance through the canopy, painting the forest in ever-changing shades of emerald and gold. You shift slightly on the mossy bench, the soft give of the moss a continuous, gentle comfort. Your breathing has deepened, effortlessly aligning with the unhurried rhythm of the ancient woods. The profound sense of peace and natural beauty envelops you completely, a gentle, unburdened presence. The deep, cool stillness of the Bavarian forest, with its scent of pine and damp earth, now gently recedes into a cherished memory. You step from the crisp, cool air of the Irish countryside into the inviting, lived-in warmth of your Irish manor kitchen. The air here is immediately softer, comforting, imbued with the subtle, complex scent of baked bread and dried herbs. Afternoon light, a soft, diffused silver, filters through a large, paned window, casting gentle illumination across the worn flagstone floor. Your steps are slow, silent, absorbed by the thick, ancient walls of the manor, The profound quiet is broken only by the almost imperceptible hum of a distant refrigerator and the faint, rhythmic tick-tock of an old grandfather clock in the adjacent hall, a gentle, comforting pulse in the stillness. You approach a long, sturdy wooden countertop of dark, aged oak. Its surface feels smooth and cool beneath your fingertips. Above, from rough-hewn beams hang small, delicate bundles of dried herbs, pale green chamomile, soft lavender, and deep, dark mint. The air directly beneath them is thick, with their concentrated, earthy, and sweet aromas. You reach for a small, unglazed ceramic bowl, its surface slightly rough and substantial in your hand. With slow, deliberate movements, you gently pluck a few sprigs of dried chamomile and lavender from their bundles. The tiny flower heads and delicate stems feel dry and brittle, yielding with a soft, almost imperceptible crinkle rustle as you detach them. They fall into the ceramic bowl with soft, dry mise-planks, releasing their soothing, sweet, and subtly herbaceous aromas into the immediate space around you. You then turn to a shining, polished copper kettle. It feels cool and smooth as you lift it, its weight substantial and balanced. You carry it to a large, deep porcelain sink, its white surface cool and smooth. With a slow, steady turn of the brass faucet, a quiet, continuous heave of cool, clear water begins to flow, filling the kettle with a gentle, rhythmic gurgle splash. The water feels cool against your fingertips. You turn off the faucet with a soft, deliberate click, leaving only the subtle sound of lingering drips. You place the filled kettle onto the low, steady warmth of the cast-iron stove, its surface a deep, rich black, radiating a gentle, consistent heat. The kettle settles with a soft, metallic, the one, dindustati, the bond you wait, allowing the gentle warmth to slowly build. The quiet hum of the refrigerator continues, a constant, low thrum, and the faint tick-tock of the clock maintains its unhurried rhythm. As the kettle begins to sigh, a faint, almost imperceptible whisper sizzle reaching you. You gather your ceramic bowl of herbs. You pour the now steaming water over the herbs in the bowl, a soft, continuous cheese sound filling the air as the hot water meets the dry leaves. The delicate flower heads and stems swirl gently, slowly releasing their essence, and the comforting, warm fragrance of the chamomile and lavender blooms, deepening and enriching the kitchen's air. The light from the window continues its soft, even illumination, painting the kitchen in gentle, muted tones. You simply stand there, observing the quiet readiness of the space, feeling the gentle warmth radiating from the stove, and inhaling the complex, settling sense of the herbs. The methodical preparation, the unhurried pace, and the profound quiet of the manor kitchen all contribute to a deep, pervasive sense of calm, inviting a deeper, more profound stillness. Everything feels settled, deliberate, and utterly at peace. The gentle aroma of steeping herbs still perfumes the air in your Irish manor kitchen, a quiet prelude to the next, equally soothing ritual. The afternoon light, a soft, diffused silver, continues to filter through the large paned window, casting gentle illumination across the worn flagstone floor. The profound quiet is broken only by the almost imperceptible hum of a distant refrigerator and the faint, rhythmic tick-tock of an old grandfather clock in the adjacent hall, a gentle, comforting pulse in the stillness. You move from the countertop, where the herbal infusion steeps, towards a smaller, round oak table positioned near the window. This spot is bathed in the soft, silver light of the late afternoon, inviting a moment of quiet preparation. Your hands reach for a fresh linen tablecloth folded neatly on a nearby shelf. The fabric, a pristine, unbleached cream, feels cool and slightly crisp as you unfurl it slowly. It drapes over the table with a soft, almost imperceptible swish, settling into gentle, unhurried folds. You smooth out any creases with the flat of your palm, feeling the fine, irregular texture of the woven threads beneath your skin, a subtle, satisfying friction. The linen hangs with a quiet elegance, its natural fibers absorbing the ambient light, creating a soft, inviting surface that seems to glow in the subdued light. From a deep, rustic wooden bread bin, a piece of craftsmanship itself, you retrieve a loaf of freshly baked brown soda bread. Its crust is a rich, dark, golden brown, slightly uneven, and wonderfully firm to the touch. A faint warm steam still rises subtly from its surface, carrying the unmistakable, comforting aroma of wholesome grains and a hint of buttermilk. The scent is grounding, deeply satisfying. You place the loaf onto a thick, aged oak cutting board, its surface smooth and worn, bearing the faint, almost invisible marks of countless previous preparations. With a heavy, well-balanced bread knife, its polished steel blade cool and sharp, you begin to slice. The crust yields with a satisfying, deep crackle, a distinct, dry sound that echoes softly in the quiet kitchen, a sound that promises crispness. The knife moves through the soft, airy interior with a gentle continuous, revealing the warm, moist crumb within. Each perfectly even slice falls onto the board with a soft thump, a quiet, rhythmic action that is both deliberate and unhurried. Next, you reach for a small earthenware pot of local honey, its smooth, cool ceramic surface nestled on the counter. The pot feels substantial, its unglazed texture, a pleasant contrast to the polished surfaces around you. The lid, a simple cork stopper, comes away with a soft, dry pop, a subtle sound that releases a rich, sweet, floral aroma into the air, hinting at wildflowers and summer fields, a scent of pure, natural sweetness. The honey within is a deep, luminous gold, thick and viscous, catching the soft light with a slow, internal shimmer. You take a small, polished wooden honey dipper, its smooth surface cool and light in your hand, its design simple and elegant. You dip it slowly into the golden liquid, feeling the thick, gentle resistance as it submerges, a slow, deliberate movement. As you lift it, a slow, continuous stream of honey stretches, a delicate, glistening thread, before curling back into the pot with a soft, almost silent plink, a small, liquid sound that is quickly absorbed by the quiet. You carefully place the slices of bread onto a waiting ceramic plate, their warm, inviting aroma mingling with the sweet perfume of the honey. The plate, cool and smooth, receives the bread with a soft, quiet clink. The earthenware pot of honey is then positioned beside it, its rustic charm, a quiet, earthy contrast to the smooth, crisp linen. A small, silver butter knife, cool and elegant, rests beside the honey, its polished surface catching the fading light, ready for use. The comforting warmth of the Irish manor kitchen and the sweet scents of bread and honey now gently recede, giving way to the profound, embracing stillness of a Nordic dawn. You stir softly, aware of a new kind of quiet, a vast, cool expanse of air, as you awaken in your panoramic estate overlooking a mist-shrouded fjord. Beneath the deep, heavy duvet, made of organic wool and crisp linen, you feel a lingering warmth, a soft cocoon against the crisp morning air that subtly permeates your luxurious bedroom. The silence is immense, broken only by the almost imperceptible whisper of a distant, unseen breeze, a sound so delicate it seems to be part of the quiet itself, a faint press that is barely there. You notice the cool, clean scent of pine and damp rock, a pure, bracing aroma that fills your lungs with each slow, deep breath. You push the duvet back slowly, feeling its comforting weight slide away from your body with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of fabric against fabric. The cool air of the chamber brushes against your exposed skin, a refreshing, invigorating contrast to the warmth you leave behind. Your bare feet descend gently, finding the thick, hand-woven sheepskin rug that lies beside your bed. Its deep, soft pile cushions your weight, absorbing any sound, feeling exquisitely yielding beneath your soles. The natural fibers are cool at first touch, then quickly warm, a soft, grounding texture. You sit for a long moment on the edge of the bed, allowing your body to fully acclimate to the profound stillness, to the vastness that lies just beyond the glass. Your gaze drifts across the meticulously crafted interior of your bedroom, noting the unadorned elegance of the pale timber walls, the subtle grain of the wood absorbing the soft light. The silence here is immense, broken only by the almost imperceptible whisper of a distant, unseen breeze, a sound so delicate it seems to be part of the quiet itself, a feint that is barely there. You rise, moving with unhurried grace across the smooth, wide planks of pale, untreated timber that form the floor. Each step is deliberate, silent. The cool, firm wood, a consistent presence beneath your soles. Your gaze is drawn, almost magnetically, to the immense, floor-to-ceiling windows that dominate one entire wall of your chamber. The glass, cool and smooth, stretches from floor to ceiling, framing an expansive, ethereal tableau, a living painting of the natural world. You approach the window, resting your palms lightly against the cool, smooth glass. The surface feels incredibly clean, a thin barrier between the internal quiet and the external vastness. The view is a breathtaking study in muted tones and soft, shifting forms. A dense, pearlescent mist hangs low over the fjord, obscuring the distant, jagged peaks of the mountains and blurring the edges of the deep, dark water into an ethereal, undefined expanse. The mist itself is not opaque, but rather a luminous, semi-transparent veil through which hints of the deep, dark water and the faintest, ghostly suggestions of pine-clad slopes can be discerned, like whispered secrets just beyond reach. The light filtering through this veil is a soft, diffused silver, creating an otherworldly glow that meticulously softens every hard line, every sharp edge of the landscape. You can almost feel the damp coolness of the mist through the glass, a pervasive, quiet presence that seems to press gently against the pane. A subtle, cool energy. The air outside, though unseen, feels incredibly clean, pure, carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp rock and ancient pine forests, a deep, grounding aroma that reaches you even through the sealed window, a subtle hint of the vast, untamed wilderness. The vast, ethereal view of the mist-shrouded fjord still holds your gaze, a profound and quiet tableau, as you slowly turn from the immense panoramic window. The cool, clean air of the Nordic morning, carrying its subtle scent of pine and damp rock, remains a refreshing presence around you. You walk with unhurried grace across the smooth, pale timber floor, each step silent and deliberate, towards a deep, inviting armchair positioned perfectly beside the window. Its substantial frame, crafted from dark aged wood, gleams softly in the diffused light. The chair is upholstered in a thick, textured wool, a rich, muted gray that harmonizes with the subtle tones of the landscape outside. As you approach, you can almost feel the inherent warmth and softness of the natural fibers. You settle into the armchair, feeling your body sink gently, deeply, into its generous cushions. The thick wool fabric, initially cool against your skin, quickly warms to your touch, cradling you in a comforting embrace. The subtle creak of the chair's frame as you adjust your posture is soft and organic, quickly absorbed by the stillness of the room. Your head rests against the high, soft back, allowing your neck and shoulders to completely release any lingering tension. Your bare feet, still accustomed to the cool timber, find the soft, deep pile of the sheepskin rug that lies beneath the chair, its luxurious fibers a soft, yielding cushion. From this new vantage point, perfectly framed by the expansive window, the mist-shrouded fjord continues to unfold its silent drama. The pearlescent veil, which earlier obscured the distant peaks, has begun a slow, almost imperceptible ascent. You watch as the thick, soft clouds, now distinct from the dissipating mist, begin their own gentle drift across the vast, pale sky. Their forms are amorphous, constantly softening, then subtly reforming, a silent, unhurried dance against the silvered expanse above the deep, dark water. You observe a single large cloud, its edges wispy and indistinct, slowly, languidly moving across the upper portion of the fjord. Its movement is so gradual it almost escapes notice, a gentle, continuous flow that seems to stretch and thin, then gather and deepen with an exquisite slowness. A smaller, more delicate wisp detaches itself, floating lazily, dissolving almost imperceptibly as it drifts towards the faintly visible pine-clad mountain ridge in the far distance. The light filtering through these clouds is soft, even, casting a muted, ethereal glow over the landscape, blurring the distinct edges of the water and the distant shore into a serene, almost dreamlike canvas. The profound silence of the room deepens around you, broken only by the almost imperceptible whisper of a very distant, high-altitude breeze, a sound so delicate it seems to be part of the quiet itself, a faint, continuous tea-dust that drifts through the vastness. You can discern the subtle, clean scent of the pine from the forests beyond, now mingled with the fresh, invigorating aroma of the clearing mist, a pure, bracing perfume that fills your lungs with each slow, deep breath. The coolness of the window glass, against which you might occasionally rest a hand, provides a subtle grounding contrast to the warmth of the armchair, a quiet anchor in the vast, still landscape. Your breathing deepens effortlessly, naturally aligning itself with the unhurried, almost suspended rhythm of the drifting clouds and the vast, quiet expanse of the fjord. You feel a profound, unburdened sense of peace, a quiet immersion in the timeless unfolding of the Nordic morning. The gentle, silent movement of the clouds becomes a hypnotic focal point, drawing your mind into an even deeper state of tranquil observation. The world outside, immense and serene, seems to slow, aligning perfectly with your own deepening sense of inner calm. The serene, blurred beauty of the mist-shrouded Nordic fjord, and the slow, silent drift of clouds now gently recede, giving way to the embracing warmth and vibrant, intoxicating sense of your provincial estate. As dusk begins its slow, unhurried descent, painting the sky in soft, fading hues, you step onto a winding, dusty path, bordered by seemingly endless rows of lavender, their deep purple hue softening into an almost velvety texture in the fading light. The air here is immediately different. A gentle, pervasive warmth, imbued with the unmistakable, concentrated perfume of lavender, a scent that is both sweet and subtly herbaceous, a profound contrast to the cool, bracing air of the north. The narrow, sun-baked path, made of fine, pale earth, feels soft and yielding beneath your lightweight espadrilles. Each step is unhurried, deliberate, creating only the faintest, almost imperceptible whisper of movement, a soft, rhythmic sound that is immediately absorbed by the vast, silent expanse of the field. The ground retains the warmth of the day, a comforting, consistent presence beneath your feet. Your gaze sweeps across the meticulously tended rows, stretching in perfectly straight lines as far as the eye can see, their vibrant purple flowers now taking on a deeper, more saturated quality in the diminishing light. You reach out a hand slowly, your fingers extending towards a particularly full cluster of lavender. You allow your fingertips to brush lightly, delicately, against the feathery silver-green leaves of a plant. The texture is surprisingly soft, yet slightly rough, with a delicate, almost velvety feel, the tiny, intricate florets brushing gently against your skin. As your fingers carefully disturb the plant, a burst of concentrated lavender aroma rises, sharp and pure, an invigorating wave of fragrance that mingles exquisitely with the softer, ambient scent already filling the air. A low, continuous hum of bees, a soft, industrious drone, fills the air around you. It is a gentle, rhythmic sonance that seems to weave itself into the very fabric of the twilight, a natural, soothing accompaniment to the profound quiet. The sound is not intrusive, but rather a living pulse, a quiet song that speaks of the abundant, peaceful life within the field, encouraging your mind to settle into an even deeper state of calm. You can almost feel the subtle vibration of their tiny wings in the still air. Your gaze lifts, sweeping across the undulating landscape. The deep purple of the lavender fields now appears almost mystical, blurring into a vast, shimmering sea of color under the slow, graceful descent of dusk. The sky above is a breathtaking canvas of soft, fading blues, delicate emerging pinks, and subtle, luminous oranges, a slow, majestic transition that unfolds with exquisite slowness. The distant, rolling hills, previously sharp against the daylight, now appear hazy and dreamlike, their contours softened by the gentle, gathering twilight. Long, soft shadows begin their slow, deliberate march across the field, stretching outwards from the distant cypress trees, deepening the contours of the land, creating a sense of quiet depth and gentle mystery. The air itself seems to thicken with the fading light, becoming softer, more enveloping, wrapping around you like a delicate, invisible shawl. You feel the subtle shift in temperature as a refreshing coolness begins to rise from the earth, a welcome contrast to the warmth that still lingers on your skin, a quiet promise of the approaching night. A very light, warm breeze, previously almost imperceptible, now stirs the dense lavender plants with a gentle rhythmic swish rustle, a continuous, soothing sound that weaves through the air, carrying the exquisite perfume even further. Each individual stalk sways with a delicate, deliberate languor, creating a soft, hypnotic dance of movement and sound. The pervasive, intoxicating scent of lavender still embraces you in your Provencal field, a gentle, comforting presence as dusk deepens into evening. The light, which earlier painted the sky in soft, fading hues, has now softened further, casting an ethereal, muted glow over the vast rows of purple. The air, cool and sweet, settles around you, a tranquil caress. You shift slightly on the narrow, sun-baked path, feeling the fine, pale earth yield softly beneath your espadrilles. Your gaze drifts across the meticulously tended rows of lavender, their deep purple flowers now appearing almost indigo in the diminishing light, each stalk a delicate silhouette against the fading sky. The low, continuous hum of the bees which filled the air earlier has now softened to a distant, sporadic drone, a gentle, fading melody that speaks of the day's quiet winding down. You reach out slowly, deliberately, towards a particularly lush cluster of lavender, its fronds heavy with fragrant blooms. Your fingers extend, brushing lightly against the feathery silver-green leaves. The texture is surprisingly soft, yet subtly firm, with a delicate, almost velvety feel, the tiny, intricate florets brushing gently against your skin. You can feel the slight coolness of the evening air settling on the plant. With a gentle, precise motion, you carefully select a single sprig, its stem dry and slender. You place your thumb and forefinger at its base, and, with a soft, deliberate pressure, you snap it free. The stem yields with a delicate, dry snap, a small, crisp sound that is remarkably clear in the profound quiet, quickly absorbed by the vastness of the field. As the stem breaks, a concentrated burst of pure, sweet herbaceous lavender aroma rises, sharp and invigorating, mingling exquisitely with the softer, ambient scent already filling the air. You hold the freshly collected sprig for a moment, feeling its lightness, its delicate structure. The tiny florets, still slightly warm from the lingering sun, release their potent perfume directly beneath your nose. You bring it closer, inhaling deeply, allowing the pure, calming essence of the lavender to fill your lungs completely. Each inhalation feels profoundly cleansing, deeply grounding, drawing you deeper into the boundless tranquility of the field. The subtle texture of the tiny blooms against your lip is soft, almost imperceptible. You then reach for the small, woven wicker basket held loosely in your other hand. Its natural fibers feel cool and slightly rough, yet smooth in your grasp. With a slow, unhurried movement, you gently place the collected sprig inside. It settles onto the bottom of the basket with a soft, dry rustle, joining the few other sprigs already gathered. The delicate sound is absorbed by the surrounding quiet, a small, satisfying addition to the growing collection. You continue this quiet ritual, moving slowly along the row. Each selection is mindful, each snap of a stem deliberate, each placement in the basket a quiet, measured action. The rhythmic snap of the sprigs, the rising burst of fragrance, and the soft rustle into the basket create a gentle, repetitive cadence that lulls your mind into an even deeper state of relaxation. The air around you, now cooler, feels incredibly fresh and pure, carrying the ever-present, calming scent of lavender. The sky above continues its slow transition, the last vestiges of pale orange fading from the western horizon, giving way to a deeper, more encompassing indigo. The distant, rolling hills, previously hazy, now merge almost entirely with the deepening twilight, their forms becoming soft, indistinct, like whispered thoughts. From far in the distance, the soft, repetitive cricket chirp begins to emerge more distinctly. A steady, ancient song that subtly marks the deepening night, a natural, comforting lullaby that enhances the profound stillness. The pervasive sweet perfume of Provenical lavender and the gentle rustle of the fields now gently recedes, giving way to the cool, ancient air of a Roman evening. You step from the quiet, stone-lined interior of your palazzo, leaving behind the hushed echoes of history, and emerge onto the expansive, exclusive sanctuary of your rooftop garden. The air here is immediately different, cooler, drier, carrying a faint, subtle scent of ancient stone, night-blooming jasmine, and the distant, muffled breath of a vast, sleeping city. Your bare feet find the smooth, cool surface of aged travertine tiles that pave the terrace. Each step is unhurried, silent, absorbed by the thick, high walls of the surrounding buildings that rise around you, creating a private haven above the world. From below, a deep, continuous hum, the collective murmur of Rome settling into night, rises softly, a pervasive, low thrum that is both distant and encompassing. This sound is not intrusive, but rather a constant, rhythmic presence, a quiet pulse that instantly settles the mind. Your gaze sweeps across the breathtaking panorama. Spread out beneath you, stretching as far as the eye can discern, lies the ancient, sprawling tapestry of Rome, now transformed into a glittering, silent ocean of light. Thousands upon thousands of soft golden and amber lights twinkle, shimmer, and glow in the profound darkness, creating intricate, luminous patterns that trace the winding streets and grand avenues of the city. The light is soft, ethereal, and profoundly mesmerizing, a quiet, sprawling galaxy laid out before you. You move towards a low, intricately carved stone balustrade that marks the edge of the terrace, its surface cool and smooth beneath your fingertips as you rest them lightly upon it. The ancient stone feels solid, grounding, connecting you to the centuries of history that lie just beneath the shimmering surface of light. You lean in slightly, allowing your eyes to absorb every minute detail, the delicate, almost imperceptible red glow of distant traffic lights, the soft, diffused illumination of historic piazzas, the subtle, steady gleam of street lamps lining ancient cobbled lanes. Each light, a tiny, silent star, contributes to the vast, luminous expanse. Behind you, carefully positioned amongst fragrant citrus trees and terracotta pots overflowing with jasmine, a comfortable, deeply cushioned lounge chair awaits. Its woven rattan frame, dark and elegant, feels cool and subtly textured as you approach. You settle into its generous embrace, feeling your body sink gently into the soft, yielding cushions. The fabric is cool at first, then quickly warms to your touch, cradling you in a comforting cocoon. The gentle creak of the rattan, as you adjust your posture, is soft and organic, quickly absorbed by the profound stillness of the garden. From this vantage point, slightly reclined, the city lights below take on an even more hypnotic quality. You watch as individual pinpricks of light seem to subtly brighten, then dim, with an exquisite slowness, creating a continuous, gentle dance across the vast, dark canvas. The distant murmur of the city, that low, continuous hum, now seems to blend seamlessly with the quiet rhythm of your own breathing, which has deepened and slowed, becoming effortless and serene. The cool, dry air of the Roman night, carrying its subtle, sweet scent of jasmine, drifts gently across your face, a soft, refreshing caress. You close your eyes for a long moment, simply allowing the profound quiet, the subtle sense, and the lingering mental image of the countless, softly glowing lights to envelop you completely. The gentle hum of the city, a constant, low thrum, becomes a soothing, almost internal vibration that deepens your sense of calm. The cool, smooth stone of the balustrade, still present in your memory, grounds you in the ancient city, while the vastness of the lights expands your sense of inner peace. The soft, shimmering glow of city lights, a vast, silent ocean beneath you, still holds your gaze from your exclusive Roman rooftop garden. The cool, dry air of the evening, carrying its faint, subtle scent of ancient stone and night-blooming jasmine, remains a tranquil presence around you. You rise slowly from the deep comfort of the lounge chair, feeling the lingering coolness of the rattan on your skin, and turn towards the carefully cultivated greenery that borders the terrace. Your bare feet find the smooth, cool surface of the aged travertine tiles, each step unhurried, silent, as you move deeper into the garden's embrace. The distinct, low hum of the city, a pervasive, distant thrum, continues its rhythmic pulse, now softened further by the immediate presence of the plants. Here, the air is subtly richer, imbued with a delicate, earthy scent of damp soil and the sweet perfume of herbs and flowers, a grounding contrast to the broader city aroma. You approach a small, elegant stone basin carved from the same cool travertine as the terrace floor. A slender antique brass faucet, its polished surface gleaming faintly in the soft ambient light, protrudes gracefully from the wall above it. Beside the basin, a classic, dark green metal watering can rests on the tiles, its surface cool and smooth beneath your fingertips as you reach for it. The metal feels solid, reassuring, its weight balanced and familiar. With a slow, deliberate motion, you turn the brass handle of the faucet. A thin, continuous stream of cool, clear water begins to flow with a soft, gentle hiss, filling the quiet space with its rhythmic sound. You position the watering can beneath the stream, allowing the water to cascade into its opening. The water makes a quiet, continuous gurgle as it fills the metal container, a soft, liquid sound that is both calming and deeply satisfying. You watch as the water level slowly rises, its surface reflecting the soft, ambient light in tiny, shimmering ripples. The cool water splashes softly against the metal sides of the can, a faint plink-plink sound. Once the can is full, you turn off the faucet with a soft, deliberate click, leaving only the subtle sound of a few lingering drips that fall into the stone basin. The watering can now feel substantial, its weight, a comforting presence in your hand. You lift it gently, the cool metal smooth against your palm, and turn towards a terracotta pot filled with lush dark green basil. Its leaves, still vibrant, even in the fading light, release a faint, peppery aroma as you approach. You tilt the watering can slowly, allowing a thin, steady stream of water to flow from its slender spout. The water descends with a quiet, continuous trickle, landing softly on the broad, velvety leaves of the basil. You watch as tiny droplets bead on the surface, then slide gently down, absorbing into the dark, rich soil with a soft, almost imperceptible sip, sip sound. The leaves glisten under the water, appearing even darker, more vibrant in the dim light. A burst of fresh, pungent basil aroma rises, sharp and clean, mingling with the sweet night air. Each leaf receives its gentle shower, a slow, unhurried act of nourishment. You move to an adjacent pot, this one holding delicate white jasmine, its star-shaped blossoms glowing faintly in the deepening twilight. The petals feel incredibly soft and fragile as a few stray drops of water land upon them. The water trickles gently onto the thin, twining stems and small, glossy leaves. The soft, continuous trickle of the water is almost absorbed by the plant, a delicate, life-giving sound. The sweet, heady perfume of the jasmine intensifies with the dampness, becoming richer, more pervasive, a gentle cloud of fragrance that settles around you. You can discern the subtle, earthy scent of the damp soil as it absorbs the water, a grounding aroma that completes the sensory experience. The soft, fragrant air of your Roman rooftop garden and the quiet trickle of water over delicate herbs now gently recedes into a distant, cherished memory. You stir softly, aware of a new, expansive quiet, a profound and ancient rhythm, as you awaken in your secluded Iberian coastal retreat. Beneath the deep, cool linen sheets, you feel a lingering sense of peace, a soft cocoon against the crisp morning air that subtly permeates your luxurious bedroom. The silence here is immense, broken only by the continuous, gentle rhythm of waves on the shore, a soft, consistent sound that has woven itself into your dreams, a quiet swoosh that seems to breathe with the very essence of the coast. You notice the cool, clean scent of salt and dry coastal herbs, a pure, bracing aroma that fills your lungs with each slow, deep breath. You push the duvet back slowly, feeling its comforting weight slide away from your body with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of fabric against fabric. The cool air of the chamber brushes against your exposed skin, a refreshing, invigorating contrast to the warmth you leave behind. Your bare feet descend gently, finding the smooth, cool terracotta tiles that pave your bedroom floor. Their polished surface feels exquisitely soft and grounding beneath your soles, connecting you to the ancient earth of this Iberian landscape. The tiles retain a subtle coolness from the night, a pleasant sensation. You sit for a long moment on the edge of the bed, allowing your body to fully acclimate to the profound stillness, to the vastness that lies just beyond the glass. Your gaze drifts across the meticulously crafted interior of your bedroom, noting the unadorned elegance of the pale plaster walls, the subtle grain of the dark, aged timber beams on the ceiling, absorbing the soft, diffused morning light. The quiet swoosh of the waves is a constant, rhythmic presence, a natural, unhurried pulse that encourages your mind to settle. You rise, moving with unhurried grace across the cool terracotta floor, each step deliberate, silent. Your gaze is drawn, almost magnetically, to the immense, arched glass doors that dominate one entire wall of your chamber. The glass, cool and smooth, stretches from floor to ceiling, framing an expansive, breathtaking tableau, a living painting of the natural world. You approach the window, resting your palms lightly against the cool, smooth glass. The surface feels incredibly clean, a thin, transparent barrier between the internal quiet and the external vastness. The view is a mesmerizing study in shifting blues and greens. A vast, shimmering expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. The water, a deep, tranquil sapphire blue, stretches out endlessly to the horizon, its surface gently undulating, catching the nascent sunlight in countless, tiny, shimmering reflections, like scattered diamonds dancing on the water. The rhythmic sound of the waves breaking on the secluded shore below is more distinct here, a continuous, soothing whisper that seems to breathe with the very essence of the coast. You listen intently, discerning the subtle layers of sound, the soft, drawn-out hiss as each wave begins its gentle approach, the delicate, almost imperceptible crackle as it breaks on the fine, pale sand, and then the long, quiet sigh as the water recedes, pulling tiny pebbles with it, a faint, soft scrape that quickly fades. This cycle repeats endlessly, a profound, hypnotic rhythm that lulls your mind into a deeper state of calm. The air outside, though unseen through the closed doors, feels incredibly clean, pure, carrying the invigorating briny scent of salt and the subtle, dry aroma of wild rosemary and thyme from the low-lying coastal scrub. This deep, grounding perfume reaches you even through the sealed glass, a faint, refreshing hint of the vast, untamed wilderness. The profound, cleansing rhythm of waves on the secluded Iberian shore, a constant soothing swoosh that accompanied your morning, now deepens into the hushed, expansive quiet of night. The vibrant sunlight has long since faded, replaced by the soft, ethereal glow of a full moon, casting a silvered path across the vast, dark expanse of the Atlantic. The air here is immediately cooler, still, and carries an even more concentrated, pure scent of salt, and the subtle, dry aroma of coastal herbs, a profound contrast to the earlier warmth. You rise slowly from the comfortable lounge chair on your terrace, feeling the residual coolness of the terracotta tiles beneath your bare feet, a grounding sensation that connects you to the ancient earth of this Iberian landscape. Each step is unhurried, silent, as you move towards the tall, arched glass doors that lead into the cool, quiet interior of your retreat. The rhythmic sound of the waves breaking on the shore below is more distinct now, a continuous, soothing whisper that seems to breathe with the very essence of the night. Your fingertips brush lightly against the cool, smooth glass of the door handle, feeling its solid, reassuring weight. With a gentle push, the door swings inward with a soft, barely audible whoosh, revealing the dimly lit interior beyond. You step across the threshold, feeling the immediate change in air temperature, a subtle shift from the crisp coolness of the terrace to the gentler, contained warmth of the room. The doors sighs shut behind you with a soft, final click, sealing away the outside world and deepening the profound quiet within. You walk slowly across the smooth, pale stone floor of a small, tranquil kitchenette, its surface cool and even beneath your bare feet. Each step is deliberate, silent, absorbed by the thick, whitewashed walls. The faint, ambient glow from a single low-wattage lamp casts soft, elongated shadows that dance subtly with your movement. The air here is still, carrying a faint, clean scent of polished wood and a subtle, earthy aroma of dried herbs, a comforting, grounding perfume. You approach a set of open, unadorned wooden shelves, their smooth, pale surface cool to the touch. Your gaze drifts over a selection of ceramic mugs, neatly arranged. You reach for one, a simple, unglazed mug, its surface slightly rough, yet smooth in your hand, a comforting weight. The ceramic feels cool against your palm, then quickly begins to absorb your warmth. You place it gently onto the smooth, cool countertop with a soft, almost imperceptible thud, a small, settling sound in the profound quiet. Next, you reach for a small, dark wooden box, its surface worn smooth by years of use. It contains a selection of dried herbal teas. You lift the lid with a soft, dry creak, a delicate sound that releases a subtle, sweet, and distinctly calming aroma of dried chamomile and a hint of honey into the air. You select a single, delicate tea bag, its paper tag rustling faintly as you lift it. The dry, papery texture feels light and fragile between your fingers. You place the tea bag gently into the waiting mug, a soft, almost inaudible plink as it settles against the ceramic. You then turn to a sleek, modern electric kettle, its polished chrome surface gleaming faintly in the dim light. It feels cool and smooth as you lift it from its base, its weight substantial and balanced. You carry it to a small, deep porcelain sink, its white surface cool and smooth. With a slow, steady turn of the brass faucet, a quiet, continuous, its process of cool, clear water begins to flow, filling the kettle with a gentle, rhythmic gurgle splash. The water feels cool against your fingertips. You turn off the faucet with a soft, deliberate click, leaving only the subtle sound of lingering drips. You place the filled kettle back onto its base with a soft, almost imperceptible thump asterisk. Then press the switch with a gentle, precise click. The warm, soothing drink, with its delicate chamomile and honey, has now brought a gentle, pervasive warmth to your body, a quiet counterpoint to the cool Iberian night. The brilliant moonlight, which earlier painted a shimmering path across the vast Atlantic, now casts a softer, more diffused glow through the immense arched glass doors of your secluded retreat. The rhythmic whoosh of the waves continues, a deep, constant lullaby as you slowly turn from the terrace, leaving behind the expansive cool of the night. You lift the ceramic mug to your lips for a final, slow sip. The last few drops of the warm tea are smooth, subtly sweet, and carry the faint, calming essence of chamomile. You feel the warmth linger on your tongue, then gently spread through your throat, a final, comforting wave. The mug, now empty, feels lighter in your hands, its ceramic surface still radiating a gentle, residual heat against your palms. With unhurried grace, you lower the mug to a small, smooth, polished stone side table beside the glass doors. It settles with a soft, almost imperceptible clink, a quiet, final sound in the profound stillness of the room. The stone surface, cool and firm, absorbs the last of the mug's warmth. The air here is still, carrying a faint, subtle blend of the tea's aroma and the clean, briny scent of the distant sea, a quiet, harmonious perfume. You walk slowly, deliberately, across the cool, smooth stone floor of your bedroom. Each step is silent, cushioned by the natural resilience of the ancient tiles. The moonlight, now filtering through the sheer linen curtains, casts long, soft, shifting shadows that dance with exquisite slowness across the pale plaster walls. These shadows are indistinct, blurring the edges of the room into gentle, inviting forms, creating a sense of deep, enveloping calm. You approach your bed, its generous form, a silent invitation. The crisp, cool linen sheets are perfectly smoothed, their surface a pristine, almost luminous white in the subdued light. The deep, substantial mattress yields slightly as you settle onto its edge. A soft, almost imperceptible sigh of the springs, a gentle welcome. Your bare feet find the thick, hand-woven rug that lies beside the bed, its deep pile cushioning your weight, feeling exquisitely soft and cool beneath your soles. With slow, unhurried movements, you pull back the soft, organic wool duvet. It parts with a delicate, dry whisper of fabric against fabric, revealing the cool, smooth expanse of the bottom sheet. The air that was trapped beneath the duvet, slightly warmer, now gently dissipates into the cooler room, a subtle, fleeting sensation. You slide your body slowly beneath the covers, feeling the cool, crisp linen envelop your legs, then your torso, then your shoulders. The sensation is one of profound comfort, a gentle, cool embrace that slowly warms to your body's temperature. Your head settles onto the soft, cool pillow, its downy filling yielding perfectly to the contours of your neck and head. The cool, smooth linen of the pillowcase feels exquisite against your cheek, a final, delicate caress. You adjust your position slightly, feeling the deep mattress support your entire body, allowing every muscle to release its last vestiges of tension. The weight of the duvet is comforting, a gentle, consistent pressure that anchors you in the deep softness of the bed. The rhythmic swoosh of the waves on the distant shore continues, a constant, soothing presence that seems to have no beginning and no end. It is a sound so deeply familiar, so utterly natural, that it feels less like an external noise and more like an internal rhythm, a gentle pulse that harmonizes with your own slowing heartbeat. The moonlight, now a soft silver glow, permeates the room, a gentle, unwavering light that casts no harsh shadows, only a pervasive, soft luminosity that seems to deepen the quiet. The gentle warmth from your soothing chamomile and honey drink has now settled deep within you, a soft, pervasive glow that perfectly complements the cool Iberian night. The rhythmic swoosh of the waves, a constant, ancient lullaby from the vast Atlantic, continues its unhurried cadence, a deep, comforting presence just beyond the immense arched glass doors of your secluded retreat. You are now truly within the quiet sanctuary of your perfectly appointed bedroom, the expansive cool of the night held at a soft, respectful distance. You are settled, finally, beneath the crisp, cool linen sheets, their pristine white surface a soft, delicate caress against your skin. The organic wool duvet, light yet substantial, rests gently upon you, its subtle weight a comforting anchor. The deep, comfortable mattress yields perfectly, embracing the contours of your body, allowing a profound sense of release and support to spread from your head to your toes. The cool air of the chamber, carrying its faint, subtle blend of the tea's aroma and the clean, briny scent of the distant sea, feels exquisitely fresh against your cheek, a soft, constant caress that deepens the sense of peace. Your head rests upon the soft, cool pillow, its downy filling yielding slowly, perfectly, to the gentle curve of your neck and the subtle weight of your head. The cool, smooth linen of the pillowcase feels like liquid silk against your skin, a final, delicate caress that speaks of purity and comfort. Your ear, nestled against the crisp fabric, perceives the world in a softened, muted way. The faint scent of clean laundry, a subtle, fresh aroma, rises from the pillow, mingling almost imperceptibly with the lingering notes of chamomile from your tea, a gentle, calming perfume that surrounds your senses. You feel the warmth of your own breath, a small, contained pocket of warmth, against the cool fabric, a subtle contrast that grounds you. You shift your body slightly, a slow, almost imperceptible movement, adjusting the position of your arm. The cool linen slides smoothly against your skin, a delicate, almost frictionless whisper of fabric. Your hand, heavy and relaxed, settles gently onto the soft, cool sheet, your fingers naturally curling into a loose, unburdened shape. You feel the subtle texture of the woven linen beneath your palm, the faint, irregular patterns of the threads. a grounding sensation that connects you to the natural fibers. The coolness of the sheet, initially a refreshing embrace, slowly begins to absorb your body's warmth, becoming a perfectly tempered, comforting presence, a harmonious balance. Your eyelids, already heavy and soft, flutter once, then settle, closing gently, completely, sealing away the last vestiges of the room's soft silvered light. The moonlight, which earlier cast long, dancing shadows, now fades entirely from your perception, replaced by a profound, all-encompassing darkness, a soft, velvety blackness that feels utterly safe and deeply comforting. This darkness is not empty, but rather a rich, deep quietude that invites the mind to drift freely, unburdened by visual input, allowing for a deeper, more pervasive sense of rest. The rhythmic swoosh of the waves on the distant shore continues its unbroken cadence, a constant, soothing presence that seems to have no beginning and no end. It is a sound so deeply familiar, so utterly natural, that it feels less like an external noise and more like an internal rhythm, a gentle pulse that harmonizes perfectly with your own slowing heartbeat. Each wave, a soft drawn-out hiss as it approaches, a delicate, almost imperceptible crackle as it breaks on the fine, pale sand, and then the long, quiet sighs as the water recedes, pulling tiny pebbles with it, a faint, soft scrape that quickly fades. This cycle repeats, endlessly, a profound, hypnotic rhythm that gently lulls your mind into an even deeper state of serene calm.